lawsuits, and eventually lawmakers stepping in to impose caps in certain states. And if you can believe it, that wasn't even the first time DoorDash has done something exploitative. Last year, they got a lot of backlash for using customer tips to subsidize a driver's pay. In other words, if a Dasher was going to make $6 off an order and then you tip them $5, they'd still make $6, but your tip just came out of what DoorDash was going to pay them. So in a way, you're almost tipping DoorDash itself there, even though their tipping policy is that 100% of a tip goes directly to the driver. Just another example of how sometimes words can be both true and totally false at the same time. I think they have since changed this policy. I saw articles saying they did, but I've still seen recent comments from drivers mentioning this, so I'm not actually 100% sure. Regardless, it's always better to try and tip in person with cash if you can, because it'll maximize how much the drivers are getting paid, and we're trying to support them here, not the giant corporation. Here's something crazy though. In spite of the fact that they charge these exorbitant fees and come up with very creative ways to dish out as little money as possible, DoorDash has still lost $150 million this year. I'm almost in disbelief as to how that's possible, but I guess they're taking a page out of Hard Rock Nick's playbook. You gotta spend money to lose money. Now back on the topic of delivery drivers, it seems like each app has its own pros and cons that can make it frustrating or even less profitable to work with. And even with all the resources available online, it's pretty hard to figure out which one is the best.
Postmates just not cutting it.
Okay, so Postmates is the worst one.
With all things said, Postmates is the official winner.
I mean, Postmates is the best one.
Number 1 is DoorDash.
Or sorry, no, DoorDash is the best one.
This is my first experience with DoorDash. It was alright.
The best one at sucking, I meant. It's actually very bad.
I like DoorDash a lot better.
DoorDash is very good.
I'm actually getting pretty frustrated with DoorDash.
Oh no!
DoorDash for the win.
That's true. It seems like the most consistent issues that drivers have is the lack of transparency coming from the apps. Whether it's not knowing how much you're gonna make from each order, or how the commission structure is even split up. It can also be even more annoying than that. Like for a long time, Uber Eats wouldn't tell the driver where they had to deliver the food until they had already accepted the order and gotten to the restaurant. So then you might end up driving for like 40 minutes just to make enough money to pay for the gas you spent on that trip. And then with DoorDash, another issue seems to be that unless it's busy in your area, you can't just hop in your car and start driving. You have to schedule your hours in advance, which can be not ideal. And it removes one of the main appeals of working for these companies, which is the flexibility. And on top of everything else, since these are such massive companies, it can be extremely difficult for drivers to get in contact with the company they work for. Postmates seems to be the most notorious for this. Sometimes a driver will go to pick up an order from a restaurant only to find out it's closed. And instead of paying them at least something for their time like the other apps do, Postmates is just like, sorry. Well, what are you waiting for? Go pick something else up. In a perfect world, restaurants wouldn't have to turn to these third-party apps to handle this side of their business, and they could just afford to pay drivers directly and give them more benefits and better pay than what they get from like Grubhub. But that's just not realistic. Even the apps that do deliver don't usually have a slick app that you can order on in a couple minutes. You gotta call them and talk to a person on the phone, and they can barely hear you because there's kitchen noise behind them, so you hope they get everything right, but you won't be 100% sure until it shows up at your door. I get why people prefer the apps. Convenience is very convenient. But one recommendation I do have, if you're trying to find a new place to eat and you want to find something local, open up Postmates, go on the DoorDash app, see if you find something you like, and then Google that restaurant and see if they have a website. Who knows, maybe they're just down the street and you can go pick it up, or maybe they do delivery themselves. There's a sushi place near us that started doing delivery back in April, and it's perfect because they get all of the money that we give them, and we save money because we're not paying random service fees. I will say though to be careful when you're Googling, because some of these apps have actually paid a lot of money to make it seem like going through them is the only way you can get delivery from certain restaurants. But sometimes after just a few more seconds of searching, you'll find a better alternative that the restaurant actually prefers you use because it won't eat into their profits. These delivery apps rely on us doing as little thinking as possible. They know that we just want to click like 3 times so we can spend the next 20 minutes watching a little car drive on a map towards our house. But sometimes that 4th click will cut them out of the equation altogether, and that's better for everyone. I know that none of what I said here was groundbreaking information. Everybody knows that delivery apps charge too much and aren't always the best to work for. I guess the point I'm really trying to make with this video is that it's such a weird industry because it's absolutely necessary and yet no one's really benefiting from it. The consumers need it, which is why we're willing to pay extra service fees. The restaurants need it, which is why they're willing to pay extra service fees. And the delivery apps profit off both of those things while somehow still losing millions of dollars every month. Maybe a lot of this will level off eventually, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of that money goes to marketing. If you've ever seen a commercial that seems to be just for food in general, it's probably DoorDash. But another big chunk of their profits went towards something highly controversial, which was convincing Californians to support a legislature that lets them avoid treating their drivers like employees. I have seen drivers on both sides of this argument. A lot of them say they should deserve benefits like employer health insurance and paid sick leave, while some of them don't mind being treated like a gig worker because it comes with so much flexibility. Regardless, when a bunch of companies spend $300 million on propaganda so they don't have to treat their drivers better, it's kind of a red flag. And between that and the opportunistic price gouging, it makes it really tough to feel good about supporting these apps, especially when, like we talked about, you have to pay more money, the restaurants have to pay more money, and these delivery apps might all go bankrupt anyway. I guess I shouldn't be totally surprised. There's this whole side of Silicon Valley that I will never understand, where you have a company that's valued at $12 billion, but they're constantly just losing money. Like Netflix, for example. They spend billions more dollars every year than they make. I may be dumb, but don't you have to stop doing that at some point? Eventually you're gonna run out. And if food delivery apps and an at-home streaming service can't be profitable during a time where there are circumstances that necessitate the use of both of those things, when will they ever be? So I just wonder what the future of this industry looks like. If there's a bubble that will eventually pop, if all of the people funding these companies eventually stop doing that and they cease to exist, that wouldn't be good for anyone. Not for the consumers who rely on it, not for the drivers who would now be unemployed. But the trajectory I see here is that only one of these companies will reign supreme, and then they'll use their newfound monopoly to hike up all their prices until it gets to the point where no one wants to use them anymore because it costs $50 to deliver a taco. Sorry, I know this was a really unorganized video. I just had to get this rant off my chest. While we're on the topic of delivery services though, I want to ask you guys a question. So I've noticed that even though I always used Lyft, I would still tell people oh, I'll Uber there, right? Uber was always the verb in that sentence. So I'm curious for you guys, when you get delivery to your house, which company is the verb that you use? Do you say, oh, I'm gonna Postmates Chili's, or I Grubhubbed Red Lobster? Probably not that one, but I figured I'd still ask. So comment your answer down below if you want. I'll also probably do a Twitter poll about this because this is the kind of meaningless shit that gets me out of bed in the morning. If you want me to do a stunt, then write one into the video. Sorry guys. Ooh, sounds like my dicks just got here, so I'm gonna go play with that. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday weekend. Maybe you didn't get to spend it with your family this year, but sometimes that's okay. It's officially Christmas season now, which means I will be back soon with a fun idea that I came up with for a video. In the meantime, if you're watching this video the day it came out, I currently have a Cyber Monday sale going up on my merch store. Lots of deals on there that you can choose to either take advantage of or fully ignore. But that's it. See you next time, and Merry Christmas. Goodbye, big poster. Hello, little poster. Hey guys, welcome back to my very first Twitch stream. Pre-recorded and edited to be put on YouTube. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's been a bit of a pattern developing lately, and it's not a good one. It all started in January when this clip went viral of a Twitch streamer furious at the idea of going a few minutes without making any money.
About how I need subs to keep the stream going if you like the content, blah, blah, blah. How that results in 0 subs. There are regulars here. $5 a month. $5. $5 to provide for the content that you're watching. Look at, I have a wall of non-subs. This is fucking actually really heartbreaking. Because it's like people just really really don't respect me as a content creator.
Predictably, this sparked outrage on Twitter. People made YouTube videos about it. And despite the overwhelming majority opinion that this girl was in the wrong for doing this, it was probably the most attention she'd ever gotten. Interesting how creating outrage will do that, which brings us to culprit number 2, this one from just last month.
I'm unemployed, so basically all my money goes to bills and food, or I would support you. Yeah. It's $5. Being like, I'm broke, I can't afford to sub, that doesn't really track. What you mean to say is, I'm so irresponsible with my money, I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy. That's what that is.
Guys, $5 isn't that much money. That's why I'm begging you for it. But once again, more Twitter outrage, more viral YouTube videos about it, and the internet coming together once more to shame this self-righteous person, as they should. But the pattern continues.
500 subs. We gotta get to 500 subs. It's the only way I'm committing to a stream schedule. We're at 187. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
All right. Now I'm starting to get suspicious. Why is Amanda Cerny, an internet veteran, making the same mistakes as these other streamers? Is she not aware of the backlash they got, or even if being slightly misconstrued, how her words could have the same effect? Or is she extremely aware of that, and that's the reason she did this? You see, like a lot of people, I've been aware of Amanda Cerny for a few years now. She was a former Viner, turned Instagram comedian, turned total afterthought in my brain. But now, thanks to this clip and the subsequent tweets about it, I'm not only reminded of the fact that she exists, but also now I know that she's Twitch streaming. A lot of people know that now. All it takes is one trip to her social blade to see how many people know that now. Could it be that given the current climate of the internet, that the most effective marketing tool for your Twitch stream is to do this exact thing? It's working for her so far, and thank God it was. If it wasn't for this clip being passed around, I would have missed out on some of the best Red Dead 2 gameplay I've ever seen.
I killed my horse?
Now, if we're to take these three clips at face value and compare them, this is by far the most defensible one. I can kind of understand what she means by saying her words were taken out of context. I think maybe someone was just asking her like what her schedule is, and all she's saying is, I want to have a consistent schedule, but until this becomes a viable source of income for me, I'd be better off using my time to make money in other ways, which is a fine sentiment. It's more so the way it came off. She has this sense of exasperation, like, guys, I've been streaming for 4 days already and only 187 people have agreed to give me money? Because a lot of people watch that and think, shit, you're lucky to be in that position. People stream for years without any subscribers. They just do it because they like it. So when people like Amanda Cerny, an already very rich person, go to Twitch and wonder why people aren't immediately throwing their money at them, it just comes off as entitled and out of touch. You've only streamed like 10 times. Have you ever considered that maybe you're just not that good at it yet and it will take some practice before people want to reward you for just putting forth the bare minimum effort? I feel like most people, especially already established creators on the internet, assume Twitch streaming is like the easiest thing in the world. Oh, you just sit there and play video games all day? I could do that. But the streamers people watch, the ones I watch consistently, are really fucking good at it. They're funny and entertaining, they put on a show, or they're just extremely good at the game they're playing, or they have a skill that most people don't have that's fun to watch. Maybe if you created a fun environment, or were better at the game you're playing, or even if you just interacted with your chat instead of staring at your phone every time a cutscene comes on, people would see the value in spending money to support your stream. The quickest way to make people angry is to act as if you're entitled to their money by merely existing in front of them. Like, they should be honored to have the privilege of financially supporting you. Also, what a huge slap in the face to the people who already did subscribe, as if their support means nothing. But the fact of the matter is, whether she meant to stir the pot or just did so by accident, this is the best advertising for her stream she could have possibly asked for. I wouldn't be surprised if she already doubled her 500 sub goal by now just by saying something dumb. Speaking of numbers, I want to go back and talk some more about Invader V, who is also doing just fine despite saying much worse things.
That's so toxic, especially when people are losing their jobs. It really isn't.
One half-assed apology later, and her army of white knights continues to grow stronger by the day. Even during that stream, she was getting new subs left and right. Now, if you guys don't mind, I want to go ahead and break down her apology because I think it's a real masterclass in saving face.
Hi. You're here right now because you've seen a clip of me, and you're very angry about what I said in that clip.
Sure am.
What I said was tone deaf, insensitive, and stupid. The clip that you saw does not represent my true feelings.
Wait, what?
I expressed opinions that I do not hold at all. I said things that I don't mean, and they were vile.
Wait, hold on. You can do that? You can go off on a whole strongly opinionated tangent and then just say, well, actually, that wasn't my opinion. That's why I said it, because it wasn't what I felt.
What I said was wrong in any context, but especially in the context of a global pandemic.
So next, she opens the floor for questions and then struggles to answer any of them and just moves on.
I want to talk to you. I want to hear your voices. I want to answer the questions that you have. With all due respect, why didn't you apologize before the clip blew up? Oh, okay. That's a difficult question to answer. I wish that I could talk about it all day and answer each and every one of your questions.
You can.
I wish that I could give you a satisfactory answer so that you could see who I really am.
So do that.
But that's not what this is about.
That's not what this apology is about. It's not about apologizing.
I'll BRB. Just give me a quick moment, everybody.
And that's the whole apology. It was like 8 minutes of her saying she didn't actually mean what she said, and she wants to take this opportunity to learn and grow from it, which is why she's gonna spend the next 3 hours ignoring questions and acting defensive.
Great memes in chat, everybody. I like seeing the same 5 comments repeated 800 times.
It's so funny. It took her like 4 days to apologize and then about 10 minutes for her to get mad at everyone for bringing it up. I think this person's comment that I saw kind of just sums it up perfectly. So at this point, I was pretty invested in the situation and I had to dive deeper, especially when she said this.
Thank you, Upright Lion, for understanding that an entire person cannot be summed up in a 30-second clip.
That's an important detail to point out. See, V wants us to think that all of her fuck-ups were contained within that one 30-second clip that went viral. However, that's not true, and I know that because for some reason the VOD from that stream is still up on her channel. You can still go watch the entire thing. Don't worry though, you don't have to do that because I have nothing going on in my life and I already did. It starts off small with some not so subtle guilt trips here and there.
How are you doing, V? I would be better if you subbed to me. Sometimes I just listen to you while I'm working. Dan, I hope that while you're working extra hard and you're cashing in that fucking money, you also throw a sub my way. Thank you all of you for subbing. Thank you all of you for being reasonable people.
But as it goes on, it gets more and more manipulative.
Well, yes, streamers do provide hundreds of hours of content for free. If anything, you do owe them. They don't really owe you anything.
No. That's not true. Nobody owes you anything. People watching your stream, they're watching the ads before your stream. They're boosting your stream in like the rankings just by being there. The more viewers you have, the more likely it is other people are gonna see. They don't really owe you a subscription. Twitch is a free platform. If they wanna watch you for free, they can. And what she said is especially false too, the other way, where it's like once people are giving you money, they're paying a subscription fee to enable you to make content, you do owe them now. You owe them the content that they paid for. But as bad as that statement was, it only gets worse.
That's so toxic, especially when people are losing their jobs. It really isn't. And if you believe it is, then I imagine that you simply don't understand how this platform works. And I encourage you to get more perspective.
How can someone be so wrong and so condescending at the same time? At this point, even her fans, the people who were watching in this moment, started questioning her logic, but she would not back down. She would not admit that maybe she's wrong.
Some people work and struggle and they don't have $5 still. You're obviously not the person that I was speaking to. But you seem so self-centered that you thought I was talking specifically to you. I wasn't. I was speaking to the group, honey. These are exquisite contributions to a very good conversation. And these people in chat who are making these comments do not appear as immature, childish cheapskates whatsoever. They're just sitting here masturbating as hard as they possibly can, as quietly as they can, because their parents are in the next room talking about how disappointed they are in them. And they're like, why would I ever pay for this when this slut's giving it away for free?
What the fuck? The best part of that clip is what happens right after it. She's just sitting there giggling at her own hilarious joke, and she stops to look at her phone and I think sees a text from someone who's probably like, dude, what the hell are you doing?
Oh my goodness.
That instant shift in her facial expression is priceless. But it doesn't affect her for more than a few seconds because then she goes right back to her echo chamber where she has no reason to believe that she's saying anything wrong. Most of her audience is not fazed at all by this. She could probably be beating them to death with a shovel and they would still just comment on how hot she is. I think I love you. And the ones who are challenging what she's saying are far outnumbered by the people who are commenting things like this.
I've never watched a person that's so nice to people that they don't even know. Wow, you are so nice.
What? Are we watching the same stream? It doesn't matter though. She's so confident in her ability to mentally overpower her loyal horde of simps that she can just blatantly contradict herself.
Well, I never said if you don't have $5 for me, you should be out there working. I didn't actually say that. If you don't have $10, you probably don't have time to watch Twitch because you should be working. But you did say that. No, worst gamer ever. You definitely heard that, but that is not actually what I said. You should be working. I didn't say if you don't have $5 for me, you're irresponsible with your money. I'm so irresponsible with my money. I didn't say if you don't have $5 for me, you're irresponsible with your money. If you don't have $5 to sub to a Twitch streamer that you watch, you're probably irresponsible with your money.
Could have just deleted the VOD, and I wouldn't have been able to edit that together, but that's your fault. Her argument doesn't end there, though. She really wants you to give her some money, so she starts comparing her stream to the cost of other things to show you how valuable it is.
It's less expensive than a Netflix account, and you're not stuck with a number of screens. If you pay for one Twitch subscription, that goes against, that will transfer to every platform that you want to watch Twitch on.
I'm sorry, guys. 1 second. Hold on, I just gotta be around here somewhere. No, it's not. Sorry, guys. I was just trying to find the logic here. Your subscription is more valuable than Netflix because people can watch you on multiple devices? Last time I checked, Netflix has like 1 billion movies, doesn't beg me for money, and there's no free version of it. I can watch your stream for free. Now, here's the thing. I know that I don't have to be as annoyed by this as I am. And I really wanted to try and give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she was just having a really bad day and she said some stupid shit because she was angry. I've gotten angry and said stupid shit. I don't think that defines you as a person. So every couple of days, I would check to see if she was streaming. And if she was, I'd pop in for like 20 minutes here and there just to get a sense of the vibe. And my first takeaway was that she seems very smart. Although she also likes to tell people that she is.
It's so funny, people ask, they're like, how do you know so much? Like, how are you able to speak on so many topics? And then they ask, and do you watch all these TV shows? The answer is the same. I think one of the reasons why I'm able to speak on so many different types of topics is because I don't spend a lot of time watching TV.
But I think she's extremely well spoken. I think she does a good job of moving the conversation along, especially considering how most of the replies are just utter nonsense. And I actually felt myself starting to pull away from my frustration. But then a few minutes into one of the first live streams I clicked on, she brought up the situation again and said this.
A lot of people were, again, talking about like how I should get a job or I should work. I thought it was quite funny because a lot of the streamers who were saying things like that, I've had more jobs than they have. I've worked harder than they have. A lot of them are just professional streamers who have been gaming since they were 16, 17, 18 years old. I've actually been working since I was that age, and I wasn't doing it in front of an audience. It wasn't glamorous streaming work, trust me.
Okay, first of all, I scrolled through Twitter at the time. I didn't see any big streamers telling her to get a real job. The tweets I saw all had some pretty valid points, so I don't know what you're talking about. But hold on, I thought your whole reason for demanding subs was that you deserve people's money because you work so hard, right? And streaming's not as easy as people think.
The more proficient you are at something, the easier it looks.
But when other people have the same job as you, for them, it's just glamorous streaming work. My God, the hypocrisy. It's incredible how she's tried to shift the narrative here despite having no solid ground to stand on, which makes me think, is this all part of it too? Let's recap. First, she demands that people give her money, which they do. Video of that blows up, so she apologizes to save face, but welcomes all the brand new viewers. Some of them are only there to leave hate comments because of what she said, which is unfortunate, but of course, she uses it as an opportunity to play the victim, which leads to even more people donating and subscribing because they want to cheer her up, and with that, the cycle is complete. Well done, V. Well done. And guys, I know. If this was all bait, I fell for it so hard. I'm like the world's dumbest fish. Is that a T-bone steak attached to a sharp object? I'm not falling for that. But I do like steak. In conclusion, don't do this. Don't try and guilt people into giving you their money, and don't berate them when they give you a valid reason why they can't. If people want to support you and they have the ability to support you, more often than not, they're going to support you. Also, guys, seriously, don't go and harass anyone that I talked about in this video. If you're mad, I get it. I'm mad too, clearly. But I'm giving you an open invitation now to just vent about it down in the comments. But please don't go to someone's live stream and comment inflammatory shit just to try to get a reaction out of them. That's not cool. To end this video on a positive note, I would like to shout out some of my favorite streamers because I do watch Twitch almost every day. Number 1, Chris Melberger. He's the GOAT, in my opinion. He's so consistently entertaining. Eddie, Gus, Jake, they're all streaming pretty regularly now, and I think they're killing it. Not just because they're my friends, although that's definitely part of it. Jenna and Julian are always great. Thomas Middleditch is on Twitch now. What the hell? I love that guy. Also, if you haven't, go watch his Netflix special with Ben Schwartz. It's the hardest I've laughed in months. There are so many wonderful people on Twitch, and I hate that the ones who abuse it might lead people to think that it's just a cesspool filled with greedy assholes, when really that's the minority. But anyway, stay safe out there. Goodbye.
You stink. You're a stinky little boy, aren't you? And everyone can smell just how... Coming!
Hey, Drew.
Oh, hey, landlord. I'm actually prepared this month. Here's the rent.
Oh, thanks, but that's actually, it's actually not why I'm here.
Oh, it's not?
I, heard you going on tour.
That's right. Me, Danny, Curtis, live comedy show. And you can get your tickets at wearetwodifferentpeopletour.com.
I was just wondering, since I guess you're gonna be gone for a while, could I crash here?
What?
Just while you're gone?
No.
What if I said please?
Then I would say no, but more politely.
Please?
No, thanks.
Well, worth a shot. See you around, big guy.
Wait, hold on. If you leave now, people are gonna think this whole sketch was just to promote the tour.
Wasn't it, though?
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, guy, welcome back to the world's fastest YouTube channel. We recently became the first channel to hit 100 miles per hour, and that's on foot. So, very cool. Thank you so much for that. I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I'm a little bit sick right now. I've been sick for 9 days. Normally I would just take a couple days off, but at this point I'm like really bored. I've run out of things to do. I've watched everything I've wanted to watch, even things I didn't want to watch, like this new weird dolphin movie on Netflix, which is hilarious and terrible, and I might make a video about it, but probably not. So inevitably I ended up falling face first down a very weird rabbit hole on YouTube, a very specific genre of prank that we're gonna be talking about today. Now, pranks are kind of a thing of the past on YouTube, or at least I thought. They're very much out of style. You don't see a lot of thriving prank channels these days, but there's plenty of couple channels that didn't seem to get the memo because they're still trucking along. So there's a whole trend going on right now that I stumbled upon, joining the army prank on girlfriend.
It's time to go to the army, baby.
I was pretty shocked when I saw the first one. I thought it was gonna be some kind of joke, but it's not, because it seems really insensitive to couples who actually go through that. And then I was even more shocked when I saw the like to dislike ratio was so positive, scrolling through the comments expecting to see a little bit more backlash, and everyone's just like, great prank, bro. There's a video where he's completely pretending to be in the army. He's not in the army. He has no intention of joining the army. And one of the comments is like, thank you very much for your service, man. Like, what? He's not in the army. Anyway, I'm gonna show you the first video I saw in this genre by JD Vlogs, joining the army prank on girlfriend. We both cried. That is not true. And the first like 30 seconds of this video are a total fever dream. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
What is up, JD fam? Welcome back to another episode of Prank Wars. We live, baby. If you're new to this channel,
it's your freaking bro.
Hey, Josh. What is good? Usually I vlog with my girlfriend Katie, but it's time to prank her. That's right.
It's going down, baby. Hey, babe, guess what? I just downloaded one of those Adobe preset packs for Premiere, and I'm gonna use all of them. I am gonna prank her.
I'm gonna tell her I got a big surprise for her. It's in the car. I'm gonna run downstairs. I'm gonna go grab the bag. I'm gonna bring it up, and I'm pretty much just gonna let her open it and figure it out. And I'm gonna explain
that I'm going to the army.
It's time to go to the army, baby.
I mean, it's not. Because you're not actually joining the army. It's a prank.
But real quick, if you guys are watching this, I just want to say a quick shout out to my boy Chris, who is actually in the army.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, shout out to Chris. Mad respect for everything.
But real quick, guys, before I explain this savage prank I'm about to do to my girlfriend, if you want a chance to win something, all you got to do is smash that subscribe button.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll subscribe for the giveaway.
Huge shout out to you, Chris. Smash that subscribe button.
So anyway, he drives over to his girlfriend's house. He's in her room. I love that he blindfolds her because, like, even when he gives her the bag, she doesn't know what it is.
Take it off.
What?
It's like if you blindfolded someone and then gave them a wrapped present, they would take the blindfold off and they'd still have to open the present. So the blindfold wasn't necessary.
You know how recruiters are, like, obviously they want you to join because it's good for them, and
Yeah, they used to come to like the high school.
So they've been messaging me a lot, like trying to get me to join and stuff, and at first I was like, oh no,
But
thank
you told them no, right?
Yeah, so at first I told them no, and then...
At first?
Yeah, well they kept calling me, and one recruiter called me, and then I was like, you know how I am, like, I'm like, alright, let me hear you out.
So far, basically, his explanation is like, well, the recruiter asked me to join, and you know how I am, I can't say no to stuff.
So I said yes. I'm in the Army now.
You know how I am with like purpose and everything, and like I feel like I've already like made my purpose and impact with like YouTube and stuff, and this is like on a bigger scale. Like this is like fighting for our country. Like
wow, that would be really meaningful if it wasn't a total lie.
Why didn't you tell me anything?
Babe, because I didn't know how to tell you. You know, this is not like something like
what
you
do
sit
you
and
mean you
think
didn't know how
about.
to tell me? We talk about everything.
I know. Don't cry.
Babe, don't cry.
Why are you crying, babe?
Whoa, why are you crying? Are you stupid?
Look it. Like I got pants, I got the boots. Come on, I'm so excited to tell you.
He's like so excited about the outfit.
Are you sad?
Babe, will you chill, okay? Yeah, like I'll be gone for months at a time, risking my life in the process, but like, check out the new kicks. They're fresh, right?
Like,
Hey,
you
I was
excited
so
to get this
excited
stuff?
to tell you. Like,
What the hell, babe? I thought you'd be excited for me. I got new shoes.
you know how I said I was gonna do something big for my birthday, babe?
Oh my god, that guy entirely said it.
No, don't say that. Come on.
That mind reader that I told you not to talk to, he said 2 big things are gonna happen. I didn't know it would be this though.
Plot twist. The mind reader they talked to in Thailand, who told him he was going to do something big, she realizes, oh my god, he joined the army because we talked to a psychic in Thailand.
Why? I don't want to be left alone.
This is, or would be, a genuinely emotional moment if it was real. But then it's like edited like a Marvel movie.
We can't even go a day without each other.
Babe, it'll be okay. Come here.
The music suggests that the villain just showed up, but instead you just lied to your girlfriend about joining the military.
I wrote you a note that every day if you miss me, you can read it every single day.
Oh, you did? Dang. Wait, no, he really wrote a whole letter. A whole fake letter.
I haven't even left you yet, but I already know how hard this is going to be to you.
The detail he put into this is, I guess, impressive by prank standards, but also like, does he secretly want to join the army? He gave some really convincing reasons earlier. He even put in the letter that he's like, glad to spend time away from her.
Even though this is crazy hard, I think it will be good for us to be apart.
But then, of course, the big reveal. It's just a prank. It's just a fucking prank, you idiot.
Yes. This is a prank.
You just got pranked. Say it to the camera. Go ahead.
That was not funny.
My
Honestly,
name's Katie Betzing and I just got pranked. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Aw, your makeup's so messed up, babe.
Wait, what the fuck, babe? You actually thought I was serious? I would never join the army. What the hell?
I'm so happy.
Get this stupid fucking hat out of here.
We will get married and you can be stationed with me.
Got you.
Oh, but there's so much more. Joining the army, prank on girlfriend. She cried! And she cried, and she cried. So sad. You gotta watch it. The woman I love and cherish. I made her fucking cry. All the videos start the same, you know, with the attention grabby intro, and then they play the theme song.
And I'm getting shipped out next month.
I want you to leave.
This video's got some interesting editing choices.
I don't want it. I want you to stay here, like.
Aww.
Like I'm making a couple $100 off of doing the film, but that's it.
I know eventually you, like, once you get better,
Oh, babe, I know this is really sad for you, but I just feel like this is my calling, and I had to answer the call. Call of Duty, like the games.
Why are you sad?
They do that in every video. I don't understand. They drop this bombshell of information on them, this life-changing news that, of course, would make them sad, and then they're like, why are you sad?
It's supposed to be happy.
And some of the comments on these are awful. Whenever she starts crying, I'm like, my God, this motherfucker's crazy. She is gold digger. She cries because she got worried about her financial well-being if you join the army. This one, I'm not sure what he's saying. What, a girl can cry? Or is he saying, what? A girl can cry?
I don't want you to leave me.
So it seems kind of insensitive to the families who actually go through this. It's a terrible prank to do on your loved one. What a horrible thing to joke about. And then at the end, they're so mean about it. All the
girlfriends are also like so confused because most of these people are pretty successful YouTubers who have never expressed interest in joining the army, and then they just say,
I just got an offer to be a pharmacist in the Defense Force.
What?
What? Be happy!
So random.
yeah, this seems so random. Like, what is it? Where is this coming from? But then some of the guys are really shitty about it because they act like the girl's being crazy for being justifiably very confused and upset.
Kevin, you're not going to the army.
Eden, I am. Yeah, instead of you having an attitude with me right now, Eden, and acting like some crazy woman, Eden.
Chill, dude. I think you're the crazy one here. Look at what you're doing.
You look like you're about to cry.
What, are you emotionally invested in my future and my well-being? You're gonna fucking cry on me like this?
What, you think this is a prank or something?
Because it's not. So, I don't know why you would think that. Joining the army prank on girlfriend. Gone wrong. When you say gone wrong, you mean that she got upset, right? I don't think that means the prank went wrong. That was your intention. It should say, prank successful. But look, I get it. All's fair in love and war. And by war, I of course mean YouTube coupled prank wars. This shit gets very intense.
There's no rules to this prank war, y'all.
These couple channels that prank each other every day are so funny to me. Like, how are you still caught off guard when your boyfriend or girlfriend says something remotely suspicious to you? Wouldn't your first instinct be like, oh, you're pranking me? Because that's our job.
You think this is a prank or something?
But another thing is, like, they prank each other so often. It seems like inevitably at some point, wouldn't they accidentally prank each other at the same time? What would that be like?
What's up, Squad fam? Welcome back to another savage video. It's your boy Drew. So as you guys know, last week Amanda got me pretty good with the old 2 pairs of pants prank.
Hey babe, I'm wearing 2 pants.
What? So now it's time for my revenge. I'm gonna get her so good, I'm gonna be joining the army. But not really. This is a prank. I'm telling her that I'm joining the army, but I'm actually not gonna do that because I wouldn't be very good at that. So I'm not gonna do that. But anyway, so I'm gonna be. Babe, are you filming something?
No.
Okay. I just thought. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that was close. Anyways, like I was saying, today we're going to be doing the ignoring your boyfriend prank. Alright guys, and you have to ignore him too, so don't say anything. Let's go. Action.
Alright, babe, I have something important to talk to you about. It's kind of a big decision that I made that I need to tell you about, so kind of important. You know, I've always talked to you about how I wanted to get a buzz cut, but I didn't really have a good reason to. Well, I found out that in the army they make you get a buzz cut, so I'm gonna join the army. So it might be kind of sad for you to hear about that. What was that? So I got my bag, it's packed. You need to cry, or you need a shoulder to cry on. You can cry.
Remember, y'all, post notifications on so you never miss a video.
My shoulder. You can cry if you want to. Why are you saying anything? I thought that if I told you I was gonna be gone, then you would be sad.
I can't hold it in any longer. It's a prank.
Got him. We did it, guys. We pranked him. We just got pranked.
Did you hear what I said about like joining the army and stuff? Though?
Yeah, it sounds great. When do you leave?
Maybe it wouldn't be that funny, I guess.
Hey, I've got a funny, relatable thing for you, guy. You know that moment when you're trying to do the ignoring your boyfriend prank, but it's hard to ignore him because you can hear what he's saying? Well, then just pop in some Raycon E50 wireless earbuds. You're not gonna hear anything except your music.
What?
The E50s are perfect for any kind of prank your stupid little brain can think of, like the ignoring your significant other prank, or the listening to music prank while doing a physical activity and the headphones don't fall out because they fit so snugly in your ear. challenge. And look, I know what you're thinking. Drew, these earbuds sound perfect for my couple prank channel, but headphones are expensive, and I don't got hundreds of dollars lying around. Well, you're in luck, because not only do Raycon earbuds start at half the price of any other premium earbuds, but you can get 20% off by clicking the link in the description. I like the sound of that. They got a whole bunch of styles and colors, they got free shipping to the United States, and they were co-founded by Ray J and officially endorsed by Snoop Dogg. And I'll do anything Snoop Dogg says. Anything. Seriously though, I was blown away by the sound quality of these. They sound great, they're discreet, they're comfortable, and it comes with a little charging case so you can charge them on the go. So again, if you want to get 20% off your brand new pair of earbuds, go to buyraycon.com/Drew. It'll help support my channel, and it'll help you ignore your boyfriend. Right, babe? Just like that. Well, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you enjoyed it, to please subscribe to this video. Subscribe to the video, and then that way, whenever this video gets uploaded, you'll watch the video. The good news is it's taken me so long to finish this video that I'm not as sick anymore. Hooray! The bad news is it happened just in time for us to have to move, because our house is infested with termites. Summer's going great so far. Oh boy, if there's one thing I love in this whole world, it is moving. I love to pack, I love to lift furniture, and moving's great because it's all about both those things. Can't wait to do it, so I'm gonna start now. I'm gonna go pack. I'm gonna go start packing. Anyway, I'm slightly out of frame now, which is of course indicating that the video is over. So thanks for watching, bye!
Hey little sinkers, and welcome back to the first and only channel on YouTube. I am in Anaheim, California for VidCon. That's why the change of setting. But I was thinking something recently. You know, I've been calling you the Little Stinkers for a long time, and I don't remember why I did that, and I think I want to change it up. So I thought it would be funny if, for my fan base, I just picked like a random name, like a first name, and called you guys that. So from now on, you guys are Kevin. So what's up, Kevin? Welcome back.
Hey!
Danny.
I saw your video where you said you were going to name your fans Kevin. That's my thing. I call my fans Greg. It's like the same thing that you're doing right now.
Oh, is it? I've never seen one of your videos before.
You've been in one of my videos. You usually text me about my videos. What do you mean?
You're right. I've seen every one of your videos. Wait, how did you see this video? I haven't even uploaded it yet.
Oh, well, you know how sometimes you get a notification for a video like 3 days after it's been posted?
Yeah.
I got yours 3 days early.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Want to make a video? Okay.
Okay. What's up, Greg? It's me, Danny, back with another episode.
No, this is my channel.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up, Greg? It's me, Danny, back with another hilarious video. Today we're going to be looking at Facebook.
What is it?
How do I get there?
Why are my grandchildren on it?
Why didn't my kids tell me they had kids? So Facebook's a lot of fun, wouldn't you say?
It's fun for getting to know your racist relatives.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I have a lot of relatives, and I kind of thought they were racist, but I didn't have any proof, and then thanks to Facebook, now I know. Yeah, so Facebook has this feature. It's been around for a while. It's like Craigslist, except it combines all the nonsense of Craigslist with the nonsense of Facebook into one just amazing place for people to sell their stuff or, you know, poorly describe whatever it is they think they're trying to sell, overcharge you for things that shouldn't be the price that they seem to think that they are, and it's a lot of fun. So let's just jump into it. If you were in the market for pacifiers, would you say that Facebook is like the one and only resource you would use for that?
Well, I definitely wouldn't want new pacifiers. I would definitely want to make sure that someone's used them already.
Right.
So would you say
like
that Facebook...
broken in already?
Yeah.
I want something that's already been sucked on a good amount by a different baby. And then who knows? Maybe those two babies will become friends. But $5 for 9 pacifiers and a holder.
And a holder? Is the holder the Ziploc bag that there is?
the Ziploc bag?
This convenient carrying case. Like, how strapped for cash do you have to be where you're selling 9 pacifiers in a Ziploc bag for $5?
I have standards for my babies and their kids. Their kids are older than them. It's a long story. But I have very high standards for them. So I'm going to splurge on pacifiers if I need to. This one doesn't appeal to me. But this one, some Juicy Couture. These are designer pacifiers, probably custom.
They're not pacifiers, they're Juicy Passies.
Juicy Passies. My big fault with this, the reason this doesn't stand out to me is because it's new. It says never used.
Oh.
That to me, that's a deal breaker.
Never used by anyone?
I would assume so. Yeah.
Well, that's weird. Usually, even when they're just making them, don't they usually test them out? Maybe they're saying excluding the initial suck from...
because that like goes without saying.
Yeah.
This is my favorite product on here. So this guy is either drunk or on the damn phone.
For $8.
$8.
Do you think that this person was trying to make a Facebook status and they accidentally made a Facebook Marketplace post?
But what were they? Did they think that Facebook was asking them how much they thought the status was worth?
Yeah, it was like, okay, yeah, you type in, whenever you submit a status to Facebook, you type in the status, and then Facebook offers to buy it from you so they can post it on their site.
Exactly.
So that's why it came up with such a funny caption. This guy is either drunk or on the damn phone.
I'm a big fan of this. Silicone Ashton Drake baby doll. Never out of box.
I'm glad that it's silicone. I'm glad I know what it's made out of.
Right. You don't think it's a real baby. I like that it says never out of box, and this box is like torn to shreds.
Like maybe you should have taken it out of the box.
Yeah, maybe take it out of the box. The box seems to be a bad influence on this. This is the second picture.
What am I looking at here, Drew?
So they seem to have flipped the baby on its stomach, pulled up the dress and to show you its ass.
Is this like a thing that people look at when they're buying a doll? They're like, okay, everything seems in check. Hold on.
And the guy selling the doll is like, yes, this is part of the process.
Yeah. I like that you don't see the front, like the tummy.
Right.
You just need to see face and ass.
A night out at Applebee's, a total of $55, selling for the steal of a price at only $40.
I kind of feel like this is just some lonely guy who is losing money on this deal. He goes to Applebee's and buys $55 gift cards and then is selling them for $40 just so he can meet people off Facebook Marketplace.
Do you think that when you go and you buy the gift card from him, he's like, all right, you ready to go? And he's just like follows you to Applebee's. Okay, now we talked about pacifiers for a bit.
Mm-hmm. We talked about baby dolls for a bit.
But like, if you have a baby, there's more than just pacifiers and baby dolls.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta buy
milk.
Diapers.
Oh, sure.
So these are Bum Genius 3.0 pocket diapers. 1.0 and 2.0, total failures. 3.0, I feel like they really perfected the recipe.
Yeah, the firmware updates to the newer version were really helped out.
I love the way this is described. These aren't just used. These are very used.
Extremely used.
These are as used as can be. We pooped in these. We threw up in these. We had sex in these. These are very used.
I wonder what the buying process is like for these. You go, and the person's wearing the diapers, obviously, to show that they work. So you look at the person's face, and then you spin them around and lift up their dress and look at their butt.
Look at their ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's typically how it goes. Rotating CD holder.
Excellent condition.
Excellent condition. Holds 150 plus CDs. I think I thought this was funny because it's a rotating CD holder and the picture's so blurry. I feel like they wanted to prove that, look, it does rotate. So they took a picture of it. See how blurry it is? That's how you can tell that it rotates.
It's going so fast.
It's going so fast you can hardly keep up with it.
Wow, I'm going to be able to find my CDs so fast.
Twin, you pick up. Dresser. Some scratches. I don't know if I'd say some scratches.
Looks like only scratches.
I actually can't see the dresser past all of the scratches. I think this is just a picture of scratches.
I don't like that I have no reference for size. I could show up and this could be 20 feet tall, and then since I've already paid for it, I would just be stuck with it, and I'd have to figure out some way to get it into my house.
Or buy a bigger house just to accommodate my new dresser, which sucks. I hate when I have to do that. Table $5, table 3 chairs. Also, where's the third chair? Everything you need for a toddler. Brand new from IKEA. Never even used. Extendable.
What? Never used?
Then how do I know if it'll fit my baby?
It's like the reason you look on Yelp before you go to a restaurant. You want to know what other people's experience. Well, I was gonna say you just want to know someone's experience with the thing before you go. So it's like I want to know, has the kid pooped in the diaper? Has the kid pooped in the bed? Has the kid pooped on the pillows?
Yeah, they've got toys and utensils. Has the kid pooped on the toys? Mm-hmm. Has the kid pooped on the utensils?
Has the bed pooped on the kid?
Has the bed pooped on the other bed? Has the utensils pooped on the toys?
Have I pooped on you?
Will you poop on me?
I like that she has her eyes closed. Because it makes her look disappointed for some reason. She's like...
She looks so angry.
So you're telling me I can hire this girl to
To paint her
people's
own
faces.
face.
It's like an act. She comes to the party and she paints her own face
in front
as
of
Batman as every time.
Yeah,
as
it's the only
Batman.
one she knows how to do, and then she just does this. 1995 240 SX. Clean tittle. Selling as is. Which is
not a car.
Not as a car. No tires. No seats inside. The trunk has been dismantled.
Red-nosed pit bulls.
7 weeks. Where are they?
That's why I was looking so closely at it. I was trying to find the red-nosed pit bulls.
Oh, there they are.
There they are.
All the way over there.
Army crawling into the street.
I don't think I took a picture of the description of this.
Well, if I had to guess, there's probably not even a description of it, because it's like, well, what the fuck do you
What do
think?
you want me to say about this?
What can I say about this that hasn't already been said? I wish they would show a picture of his ass, because I want to see his face, but then I would also like them to lift up the back of his
I thought we
coat.
established if you're selling a doll, face, ass.
I mean, quite frankly, it's a little bit disgusting, but guys only want one thing in a doll. Face and ass.
Coffee mate for busy office or home. If you had to guess the name of the person who would sell this coffee machine, that's clearly like, I feel like he just stole this from a hotel.
Okay, sure.
And now he's selling it for himself. But what would you guess his name is?
Sneaky McSwipes?
Close. How about Crim Jim? If you had to guess where Crim Jim worked, would you guess boss at none of your business?
Well, what about where he studied?
I'd say the School of Hard Knocks at the University of Life.
Yeah, this does sound like somebody who just stole a coffee machine from a hotel. I work at none of your business, and I went to the School of Hard Knocks.
Give me $200.
Yeah, I do what I do to get by.
You know when you're sitting in a hot tub and you're like, man, this is great, but I wish more people used this that I didn't know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of the benefit of buying this.
Well, yeah, because I want to know, like, has the baby pooped in the hot tub?
Will you poop on me? Seriously, Danny, please poop on me.
Is this part
Does
of
the
the
hot
bit?
tub work?
Okay, yeah.
Are there any babies around? Can you poop in my mouth, Danny?
Yeah.
Is the water hot enough?
I couldn't tell. Some of those seemed like they weren't part of a bit. Like, because you.
Some of what?
Never mind. It's just you seem kind of persistent about the me pooping on you thing, but it's fine. I thought it was part of the bit. It's probably just part of the bit. I don't know if you even remember saying it, but.
No. I kind of blacked out when we started filming.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of love, wedding and engagement rings.
Well, this is a great picture of the rings.
Yeah, it's good because when I want to buy anything, I think, like, what will this look like if I'm standing on the sun?
I don't know. I don't think I can make it to heaven just to pick these rings up.
This is a steal. I mean, only a couple small side diamonds.
Which are easy to replace.
For sure. We're getting into the good stuff here. I need VHS movies. I have about $2.
I mean, when you have that much money, you sort of lose track of it. It doesn't
Who
really
has
matter.
time to count?
Yeah. One. I mean,
And
we'll
then
be here all day.
We'll be here all day if we keep going. This is probably the same person. Does anyone have any scary movies for sale that does not skip? Such as Shark Night, Oculus, poop in my mouth, Oculus, Shark Night 2, mouthful of poop please. Danny, could ya? Oculus 2.
Okay, yeah, no, that thing you're doing right there, yeah.
Where we're talking about the Facebook bit? We're talking
you
about
started
Facebook?
talking about it, and then you were talking about me pooping in your mouth, or...
No, thank you. My tummy's full. Does anybody buy scrap metal or anything? Just asking.
For free.
For free. I don't have any to sell.
And even if I did, I wouldn't.
No, thank you. But, like, does anybody buy that? I'm just asking around.
Yeah, this is more of like a... I think she could have Googled this, or maybe put it on Yahoo Answers or something, but Facebook Marketplace seems
Facebook Marketplace is a reasonable
I
place
think where
to
she
just
fucked
ask.
up is that she's not offering a price for this valuable answer. This valuable information.
I'd pay good money to know if other people are selling scrap metal. Samsung flat screen for, you guessed it, $850. Can I see a picture of the TV or no? Just a close-up bag of Doritos. Brand new in the box.
No, it's in the bag. The
Oh.
TV's in there. That's why I can't show you a picture of the TV. He doesn't want to take it out of the box.
Hasn't taken it out of the box yet.
Yeah.
Ooh, free. As long as you pay $20 or $30. They've been in my garage, so I need to clean them out.
They're free, but they're also $20, $30? I don't
know. I feel like everything here should have a question mark after it. Garden decorations, I guess. You know how, like, you just need stuff to put on your coffee table and you're willing to spend any amount of money on it?
Yeah, obviously.
What about a book about Hawaii, Day in the Life?
I would pay upwards of 10 grand for that, but
what about only $5?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
No.
I like they put the dimensions for a magazine, which you don't really need to do.
10 by 14 by 1.
Seems to be about 1 by 1 magazine. 10 inches by 14 inches by 1 magazine.
Yeah, it's about the thickness of a You've held a magazine before?
Right, yeah. Can I have $5 now, please?
I don't understand. Do you have do you have a coffee table with coffee table books?
Yeah, but it's not something I would ever spend money. You just kind of accumulate shit that you put on the coffee. Like, I have enough coffee table clutter. I'm not really looking to spend money on more.
Yeah, my coffee table's just always covered in coffee.
Hey, I'm so sorry about that.
Hey.
Sorry, that took 15 minutes. I'm sorry you were sitting here that whole time.
How did you get to Orlando that fast?
I don't want to talk about it. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of...
this was another episode of You Still Can't Prove That We're Not the Same Person.
We are different people, but this video did nothing to prove that.
I think that this video is a little bit different than your usual stuff because you usually don't collab, but I think after this video it's safe to say that we can get back to your regular content. Fine, I'll shit in your mouth one time, but
Yummy!
You gotta stop.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to YouTube.com. I am your host, Drew Gooden, and I want to start off with a very exciting announcement. It's official now. I'm officially the first and only YouTuber. So that's really cool. But also, like, could someone else upload something? Anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy and honored to be the only YouTuber, but come on, anybody can upload on this website. I don't know why no one does. It's a lot of pressure. Today's video is called, Why Did You Think You Could Do This? Now, I got the idea for this video a few days ago when I was scrolling through Instagram. There's obviously a lot of ads on Instagram. The most common ads I seem to get on Instagram are for iPhone games, just like the stupidest looking games. And they always say things like, oh, don't even think about downloading this game. You'll be so addicted you won't be able to sleep or get any work done. And it's like this weird reverse psychology thing they're using that I guess they're expecting people to see that and be like, oh, I don't like to get work done or sleep. They think that I shouldn't download this game, but now I'm intrigued and I will download this game. But anyway, I saw one of these ads a few days ago and it was for a game called Scale, which I didn't click on at the time, but I remember thinking that game looks exactly like Jezball. I don't know if you guys are familiar with a game called Jezball. I'm actually not even sure if it really existed. It's just one of those weird memories I have from childhood that if you told me that never happened, I'd just be like, okay, I guess I dreamt it one day. But anyway, back when I was like 8 and the only thing you could do on computers was play solitaire or pinball or like do math on the calculator, because back then when you had nothing else to do, you know, maybe just type in some numbers, see what numbers you can come up with. There was not a lot to do on computers back then, and I remember this game we had called Jezball, and the idea of the game was you had these balls bouncing around a square, and you had to try to like cut off part of the square that it was bouncing in, and it was a lot of fun for some reason. But I saw this game Scale, and I was like, oh, that reminds me of Jezball. I'm not going to download it because that's a ripoff. I'm not going to support that. But then like a day went by, and I was like, you know what? I think I kind of want to download that game. So I searched Scale on the App Store, and I realized there were all these like digital Scale apps that you could download, and they all had like 1 or 2 stars, because obviously the iPhone isn't designed to tell you how much something weighs, and you can't just download an app that's going to change the hardware within the phone. Like if the iPhone had the ability to weigh things, you'd think they would like advertise that. There would be a built-in Scale app. It wouldn't be something that they're just like, oh yeah, if you just download some third-party app, then you can weigh things. Like no shit, it's not gonna work. The funniest thing about this to me is the reviews, is the people who are just so angry. And it's the kind of thing that you see and it makes you ask a question, but not just any question, specifically the question, why did you think this would work? What is the title of this video? I keep forgetting. I keep changing the question. Basically, I went through the App Store and I found all of the apps like this that I could find, and I wanted to share with you guys some of my favorite reviews and some of my favorite apps because I tried to use a couple of them. Now, because contrary to the number of subscribers I have, I'm not actually a good YouTuber, and I use my cell phone to record these. I can't record myself and use it at the same time. So I screen recorded all of this earlier on my phone, and now I'm going to be showing you some of the highlights. So in case you're wondering why I'm looking at my computer to see what's on my phone, it's just a video. I've already seen all these things. Just full disclosure there before you're like, how is he seeing his phone on the computer? So as you can see, first result is the game scale, but then you've got all these actual weight scales. You've got DBP weight scale, drop scale, happy scale, kitchen scale. Kitchen scale intrigues me because it's 99 cents, but I don't think this one is actually claiming to be a working scale. It's obviously got a misleading title, but all it is like a conversion app. So as expected, a lot of the reviews are like, that doesn't work. Review for the scale app. This app is very useless. It doesn't weigh out things I needed weighted out, like drugs. All right, not hiding anything over here, J-Love. This one's ratings are even worse, 1.7. Now, something you'll notice about all of these apps is the first review is usually just positive. Worked perfectly. I don't see why these other people are having so much trouble with this app. It always works in a pinch. And I even took an actual kg weight to see how accurate it was, down to the 0.1. Great app, thanks. I think the way to tell when a review is done by like the creator of the app is when their reviewer name is just like a basic name like Joe and then a bunch of numbers. That's also like the only positive review. Horrible, doesn't work one bit. Terrible, it don't work worth a crap. Doesn't work, crap, doesn't work. Bad, does not work. Rip off, it's crap. Stooped. Yeah, this guy got stooped. So obviously the scale app doesn't work, despite the fact that like dozens of people thought it would. But it doesn't stop at scales. I tried to think, what else might people think that an app could do? And this one is even better to me. The idea that an iPhone app can tell your body temperature. Now these ones, at least the ones I found, aren't claiming to be real. They actually say in the title that they're a prank. And there's quite a few of those. Specifically this one I want to talk about, fingerprint body temperature scanner. This one has a solid 1.6 rating. Doesn't even work. When I put my finger on the scanner, every time it's pick a random temperature. And one time it's at 133 degrees. And that means I would probably be in the hospital. I think you can get rid of the probably in that sentence. A piece of crap. Go to the dollar and buy a thermometer. Okay, I'll try that. Hello. Hi, I would just like one thermometer, please.
Could you please shut the f*** up?
Oh yeah, this is where I was scrolling through and I got distracted by a thermal vision camera, which also obviously does not work. Horrible. Never buy this. Not a really thermal camera. Go buy a real one at Duck Sporting Goods. There's no ads for that, and it's 100% real. Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed if I bought a thermal vision camera from Duck Sporting Goods and it had ads built into it. What a weird thing for a product to have. Bless this person for being so self-aware. Which is more stupid, a non-functioning app or me for buying it? Props to you, me too much. Stupidity at its height. Why even people think about making such useless apps? Informative, entertaining, and motivational? What does this motivate you to do? Go to the doctor? Terrible. This app gave me a 108 temperature, so I got my real thermometer and it gave me a 95.5. That's not even close. Wait, you had a real thermometer? Then why did you download this app? This review is so dumb, I feel like it's a parody. This app is a lie. It told me I have a 126 degree fever, and then I checked a regular thermometer. Who are these people? That they're just like on their, like they're on the app store, searching for a thermometer when they have one in the other room? Why? This fake thermometer doesn't work. Let me pull out my real thermometer. Now, I'm not saying this app is funny. I'm not trying to defend what is obviously a very stupid app, but it's like the one guy said, I don't know what's stupider, this app or me for buying it. Now, I was pretty intrigued by the developers of this app. Apparently they've got a lot of other apps. You got fingerprint, heartbeat prank, but what really stuck out to me was pregnancy test machine prank. It looks like they kind of just like copied and pasted the interface from the other app and then changed the background color. Terrible app. This app doesn't even work. The first time I used it, it said I was pregnant with twins, then a girl, then a boy. I love that the app gets that specific. It's not just yes, you are pregnant or no, you're not. It can also tell the quantity of babies that are inside you and their gender, which is something that you can't even do with the real pregnancy test. The only way this would be funnier, which I guess it's really not that funny, but I'm a little disappointed that the app does the finger scan and it doesn't try to get people to pee on it, because now that's a prank. Now from here, Apple decided that I may also like the Love Calc the free love calculator, which is perfect because this also fits the theme of the video. This app claims that if you put in 2 names, all they need to know is the names. 2 people's names, not even last name, just first names. In this example, you have Tim and Jane. And then it uses all of the information you've given it, which is nothing, and then calculates how compatible you guys are. And there are real people who exist, who walk around the earth among us, living lives just as we do, who downloaded this thinking that it would really tell them how compatible they are with someone. Now, this one is just a disaster of a review by someone named Lizzie101. It's a very long sentence, absolutely no punctuation. I put my name and someone else's, and then changed the name to other names. And then lastly, changed it back to my name and the other, and the percentage I got first changed the second time I put my name and the other same name. And don't believe this, and mostly all these calculators are a lie, and this is one of them. That's why I give this a 1 star. Props to you, Detective Lizzie. I think you got to the bottom of this one. Aw, this one's kind of sad. It's fun and all, but I put in my parents and it said only 28%. This poor kid thinks his parents aren't very compatible. I hope he doesn't bring it up to them and just suppresses that forever. And then eventually his parents will get divorced and he'll be like, I should have told them. This app is gonna change his entire life. It's kind of funny though. A little worried about this reviewer. They said, nice cheese, go moo. Pig named Leonard love moo moo cheese and eat me, and everyone love Oni. God, people's standards are low for everything. This person says, I've got to admit, this app is pretty great, and I love how detailed the percentages are. Like you'll get 62% instead of just 60%. Wow, there's so much detail in this app. I can't tell if this one's a joke or not. I hope it is, because it's kind of sad. Depressed. I put the name of a girl I have loved and crushed for 4 years in my name and said 37%. I am so sad. I loved her and I get bullied every day and I don't even get the girl I love. I am heartbroken and having thoughts of suicide, and I have been so heartbroken I could be famous one day for my knowledge. Long story. Wait, side note, I could be famous one day for my knowledge. A long story, I don't have time to get into that. And now I am a kid, depressed, bullied, and heartbroken. I will always be sad. I love you, Sarah. I love you, Sarah C. Andrew M. loves you, Sarah C. Sadly, I may die from my sadness. I am so sad. I am stopping my thinking. Long story. Again, and dying if you know what I mean. Yikes. This was 8 years ago. I hope he's doing better now. And I hope that he and Sarah ended up together. I don't know. Poor kid. Here's another app that claims to do the same thing. Love Test Calculator. Do not get this app. I don't even want to rate it 1 star. And yet they did. They rated it 1 star. Okay, and then finally, the last app we're going to look at is a little bit different than these others. This one is called Hologram Dog 3D Simulator. Now, based on the pictures they use, obviously the prerequisite here being that you're an idiot, it would be easy to look at this and think, oh look, it actually projects a hologram off of your screen. Obviously it doesn't do that. Oh look, they just updated it recently. I wonder what's new. Fix bug. Perfect. Now I was curious what this actually was, so I decided to download it. So I would have a little bit of knowledge before reading some of these reviews. And lo and behold, it doesn't actually project a hologram of a dog. Just has different pictures of a dog. You got like 4 to choose from, but the fun hasn't begun yet. Like it's fun enough to pick your dog, right? I went ahead and picked this guy. And then you're greeted with this screen. What do you do next? There's nothing on the screen except for a button. And then you touch the button and the dog shows up. And then you touch the button again and it goes away. So that's a pretty fun app. I gotta say, pretty fun. Good time having it. It's free app to do. And then look at all the fun ad. So, find good fun stuff on this app. Let's see what people had to say about it. The top review here, and one of the only positive reviews, his name is Get the App Today. But the review, the title of the review is just a bunch of letters, and it's 5 stars. And then what they did was, they just hit the suggest button. You know when you're typing on your iPhone and you just hit the middle button, it just suggests words? That's what they did. and then that's the top review. Have a great way of the day before I get a follow back on my way home from work, to be the first half of the day before I get a follow back on my way home from work. To be the first half of the year, and I don't think that I have a great way of life, and the other hand is the only thing that would make it a lot of the year, then I don't. Not very fun. It's not very fun because the only thing you can do is press a button and a dog shows up. I have to agree with this reviewer, who said, great arcade virtual fun. There is a good thing that cool on this. The button is easy to use. Yeah, I got to agree with him on that. The button is pretty easy to use. You just touch it. So, works great. Fools my mom. She thinks it's a real dog. I give the game a 4, and then he gave it 3 stars for some reason. This person said, not worth buy, even though it's free. No hate for the game, just add a little bit more hologram. All right, guys, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. I just wanted to share some of the weirdness that I found on the App Store, and I hope you guys liked it. If you did like it, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't like it, you can hit the thumbs down button, but just make sure to hit it twice so I really know how much you disliked the video. Feel free to subscribe if you want, although you don't really need to. Unfortunately, I'm still currently the only person making videos on the website, so I guess if you just go on YouTube, you're just gonna see my videos. So no need to subscribe. If you guys are wondering what all those boxes are, that is my merch that I teased in the last video. It's still kind of in the early stages. I need to do more with those. Very excited for you guys to see what exactly I have in store for you. And I'm not being hyperbolic when I say this. This merch is gonna change the game of merch. None of that bullshit that you're used to seeing all over YouTube. None of that. This is the good stuff. This is the real stuff. Speaking of merch though, real quick, I do want to give a shout out to my dear friend, Rachel, aka BB Tamagotchi. She is a very talented artist and graphic designer, and she's currently selling merch, including this cute little banana shirt, which I love. She's not paying me for this. I just wanted to shout her out because I think she's very talented and underappreciated. So I'm gonna put a link to her shop in the description, and if you wanna buy something, then do. So check that out if you want. Again, I'm not being paid, okay? If I was being paid, I'd let you know, and I'd tell you exactly how much I was being paid. In this case, $0, and that's okay with me, because Rachel's my friend. All right, anyway, guys, I'm doing the thing again where I just talk and talk and talk at the end of the video for no reason. So I'm gonna stop doing that. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next video, which should be out eventually. So, thanks for watching. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to YouTube.com. My name is Drew Gooden, and today oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Today I'm going to be talking about Logan Paul. Normally I would paint a little bit more context for a video just in case there's someone out there who doesn't know what I'm talking about, but I feel like in this case I don't have to do that because this is so obvious. You probably wouldn't click on this video if you don't already know what Logan Paul did. But just to sum it up in a few short words, basically this week Logan Paul managed to do what I thought previously was impossible, and he made Jake Paul seem not that bad. The two of them actually make a pretty good team. And by that I mean that every time one of them fucks up, they make the other one seem not so bad in comparison. And then the other one messes up so bad that then you forget about what the other one did wrong. And it's like this endless cycle of just like two dumbasses trying to out dumbass each other. And those are like the two most popular people on YouTube. So, things are good right now. Things are great. The main thing with this is like, this is such a reveal of character. It's not a mistake. There's a difference between a mistake and an action that shows people who you really are. One of the biggest arguments made by all these Logan Paul apologists is like, you're a perfect person? What, you never messed up before, huh? Huh? You never screwed up in your life? Yes, everybody makes mistakes, but usually when you make a mistake, you know instantly. That's how you know when you've made a mistake, is that instant regret. There was no instant regret here. There wasn't regret when he went and did it. There wasn't regret as he was editing it. There wasn't regret when he posted it. The regret came when he started getting piled on by probably people he respects, people like Aaron Paul, who just basically said he's human garbage. I'm sure when Logan Paul saw that, that's when it hits. That's when you realize when you've made a mistake, is when you get backlash for something. And to me, that's not a mistake. Because if you don't recognize that you've made a mistake until thousands and thousands of people tell you you've made a mistake, especially when it's something where the mistake should be so obvious from the beginning, that's not a mistake. That is a reveal of character. As far as his video apology goes, I don't think that was insincere. I think it felt sincere. But again, the sincerity of his apology didn't come from a place of, oh, I made a mistake. It's like, oh, people are turning on me. People are mad at me. I'm sorry that I did something that made people not like me. That's what I'm sorry for. His written apology comes off as very braggy, as Nerd City pointed out on Twitter. He basically pointed out 8, I think it was, brags in this very short apology. It was more of an excuse. It was more of him being defensive than him being apologetic. I think his main point being like, I do this shit every day. I didn't stop to think about what I was doing because in the life that I've created for myself, I don't have time to stop to think. I think that is a valid excuse. But my response to that is, Logan, if by your own admission, you have worked yourself into a state where your brain does not recognize that what you did was wrong because you're so content all the time. If by your own admission, that was the reason that you would mess up, is because you've done too many vlogs, then here's some advice. Take a break, man. Take a few weeks off. Take a month off. You know, no one wants to see you right now, and you need to remember what it's like to be a person again. We've seen what happens when you make a TV show every day for 460 days. This is what happens. So maybe don't do that anymore. So that would be my advice to Logan. My general advice to everyone, this is just like something I would like to see change. How about we stop making these dumbasses famous? Can we do that? Have we learned yet that this is what happens? In his apology, he quotes Spider-Man and says, with great power comes great responsibility. Okay, so how about we don't give such great power to people who are so goddamn irresponsible? Jake Paul gets more famous every day. Logan Paul gets more famous every day. You check his social blade right now, even after the worst incident I can remember on YouTube, he is still getting tens of thousands of subscribers every single day. Why are we doing this? My question for everyone is like, what did we expect? I think the last thing I'll address from your written apology is that you said, I'm regretful to say that I handled that power incorrectly. It won't happen again. I really hope it doesn't happen again, and I hope that the reason it doesn't happen again is because you step away. The daily vlog life needs to be put on the back burner right now. You need to live your daily life. Luckily for you, the world we live in right now is such something is a big deal today and then it's not. There's so many other fucked up things going on in the world that this will eventually just, people will lose interest in this. I hate that fucking cycle. I hate that that's the world we live in, that it's just like, if you do something bad, you can just do something worse, or someone else can do something worse, and then we all move on from that thing because we're distracted by this new thing. I hate that. But that's the reality, and you're gonna benefit from that. So the best thing you can do right now is just disappear. The only way to show that you regret what you've done is to remove yourself from the public eye. Because if you just jump right back into where you were, I don't think that shows regret. You need to show that you've changed. You need to show that you want to grow from this. And growing means taking a step back. It means learning from your mistakes. It means listening. What it definitely doesn't mean is apologize, but then continue to do the same thing. So that's my advice to you. My advice to everybody is stop making these people famous. I'm so tired of it. Now, I want to talk about something else totally unrelated to Logan Paul. So hopefully this will kind of cleanse your system a little bit. I want to bitch about something that, in comparison to what I just talked about, I'm not really that angry about. It's basically just another reason why I hate Facebook. I guess content-wise, Facebook isn't that much different from Twitter, but the problem with my own personal Facebook is I have 10 years worth of acquaintances and people I don't think I even ever met. And that's Facebook's like, oh, you gotta see this, Drew. Hey, Drew, we handpicked this for you. You know that guy you haven't talked to in 8 years who you have nothing in common with and he looks completely different now? You probably wouldn't even recognize him if he didn't have his name right next to his face. Yeah, he shared a funny video. He shared a real funny video from, oh wait, it's not a video. It's a picture of a meme that looks like shit, but it was turned into a video. It's just a still image for like 20 seconds. And then at the end, it will be like female thoughts. Sometimes even, if I'm lucky, I'll click on it and I'm looking at it and I'll get a mid-roll ad on a picture. So I don't like Facebook. I don't go on it. I don't talk about it much. It's just like, it's this thing that I've accepted I don't like. But then something happened last night. And I wanted to make a video about this, but I didn't think it was worthy of a whole video, and so I just kind of tacked it on at the end of this one. My lovely fiance, Amanda, was going through her old videos on her phone. And she found one she had edited. We were playing racquetball and just kind of goofing around. We kept filming each other doing like, you know, ridiculous like hits. And she had edited it together and put the song Party Up by DMX. Just like super aggressive song over it. That's the whole thing. So she wanted to post it somewhere. I was like, oh, just put it on Facebook, right? So she went to put it on Facebook. And mind you, not like a public page that has like a bunch of like likes and followers and the kind of thing that would in some way generate us revenue, right? It's just like her private Facebook page. The only reason I say all that is because she got this message when she tried to post it. Your video is partially muted because it may contain music that belongs to someone else. Facebook is committed to protecting everyone's intellectual property, so we're letting you know that your video contains material that you may not have the rights to use. And here's the thing, like I'm all on board for intellectual property not being stolen and someone else not reposting something that they found from somewhere else or posting a song that they don't have the rights to. I'm all for that. It's the hypocrisy of it. You know how many people post viral videos that they have ads on, that they directly make money from, where they have other people's intellectual property. Now, as far as content creators that use popular songs in their videos to sort of tell punchlines, who's the very first person that comes to mind? Obviously, it's Brent Rivera. Let's just go ahead and click on his most recent video. This is Christmas as a kid versus as a teen. It's gonna be very relatable, I'm sure. He even said to share if you can relate to it.
Here's my Christmas list, all 120 items.
I just want some money and a gift card.
Oh wait, so Brent Rivera can post a video where the entire background music is an obviously copyrighted song from Mariah Carey. Now, I didn't see a mid-roll ad on this video, but that is a thing on Facebook now, you get mid-roll ads. So maybe he's not directly making money on this video, right? But then his post right before that is an ad. It's an ad for the Disney Channel app. So this guy who has 5 million likes can use whatever song he wants and actually make money from it. Whether directly or indirectly, he is profiting by using these songs in his videos. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know, I love the idea of having a system in place that protects copyright. I love that. But what are you protecting, right? Like, is DMX gonna get upset that Amanda wanted to show 50 people her video? Posting something on your private Facebook page, to me, is almost the same as just like sending a video in a group text message. So you're gonna really lay down the law on that, but not someone who has 5 million views. Is it because he makes you money? I'm curious though if this copyright detector or whatever, if it's limited to just music, or if it will also track like when people are reposting other people's videos. I doubt that's the case, at least as of now. Would be nice to eventually get to that point. But certainly right now, you know, all you see is stolen videos all over Facebook. This is probably my most popular video from the past year. It was the short video I made in the 5 Days with Peaks video. It's always stolen on Instagram. And then it was stolen on Facebook too, from a page ironically called Stolen From Somewhere. Facebook didn't seem to care that they were posting an entire video that they got from someone else. They have almost 200,000 likes on their page, all from stolen content. This seems to be a new system, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure they're still working this out. I hope that in the future they do iron this out and it does prevent these big pages from just making a bunch of money from other people's content. I am so on board with that. I love that idea. And if Facebook can get that right before Instagram or Twitter does, they will win some points with me and maybe I will use Facebook more often. You know what? No, I take that back. Facebook sucks. All right, guys, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. I want to sincerely thank the 65 people who have ordered something from my merch store. I obviously did the whole thing as a joke, as a parody of other people's merch. I wanted to make, you know, state-of-the-art merch that was just a bunch of nonsense. But 65 of you actually wanted to like be in on the joke and buy a stapler, which I sold out of, or buy a cup, which I also sold out of. I cannot thank you enough. I think that's so funny and awesome, and most of all, good that I'm not gonna lose money on this. I might actually break even. But again, thank you guys so much for doing that. There are still plenty of items available at drewgoodenshop.com if you guys wanna order something. I haven't been able to ship everything yet because I am handling everything myself. I'm packing it, I'm shipping it. But yeah, I expect everything to be shipped. Hopefully by the time I post this video, I will have shipped everything that's been ordered so far. But again, thank you guys so much for doing that. The Little Stinkers are the second strongest army after, of course, Danny Gonzalez's Greg. I can't compete with the fastest growing channel on YouTube. Don't look that up. But I can at least in this case, get the silver medal. You guys are awesome. And I will be adding a few more items to the store sometime next week. So if you're interested in seeing the announcements for that, follow me on Twitter at Drew Gooden. Follow me on Instagram at Drew Gooden to see me post one video a month. Thank you sincerely so much for all of the support and love I've gotten from you guys. I wouldn't be able to do this without all of you. Have a good day or week or whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a clever way to end this, but I am so fucking hungry that my brain isn't working right now. And so I'm going to turn off the camera and go get some food. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Babe, can you come here? What? Babe, where's my life hack?
What are you talking about?
My life hack, babe. I had a life hack on the toilet. Okay, you know how you're always complaining because my hands are so stinky?
No.
All right, well, I found out the reason they're so stinky is because it's from the toilet. It's from flushing the toilet. It's a handle. So I came up with a life hack, which, hold on, let me see. So you just wrap it around the toilet. Now, look, I can flush and not get my hands dirty. Pretty cool, right? It's a life hack.
Babe, this is ridiculous.
Wait, so you're telling me you haven't noticed any of my life hacks? They're all over the house. See, look, I attached the tape measure to the toaster, so we'd always know how long the toaster is. So you didn't notice the string I put on the peanut butter? So we could grab it from further... Wait, do you smell that? I think that's a life hack. So you don't have to get so close to your phone. Oh, wait, hold on, my mom's calling me. Hey, Mom. Grandpa had a stroke? So you didn't notice this, the sign? It's another life hack, right? You look outside, it's like, oh, it's dark. That must be because it's nighttime, right? So that's how you know when it's nighttime.
This is like actually kind of not very helpful at all.
So this one I actually learned online. You just cut up 2 cans. These you don't even need. And then all you do is you just tape these 2 halves together, and look at that. Now you have 1 can. I think I did this wrong. Actually, this one's really cool. So I made it so when you click on the internet, it goes straight to RuneScape. Now I don't have to search RuneScape every time.
That's not a life hack. That's just how the internet works.
Babe, can you come here for a second? Remember when I gave this to you? Remember our wedding vows?
We're not even married.
I vowed that for as long as we were together, I would support you. I'm doing my life hack thing right now, and you just have to support me, okay? So you can actually, hold on. In this way, you always know
Why do we have so many tape measures?
God damn it, babe. What did I just say? What did I just say? I guess you don't want little tips and tricks to help your life easier. So, fine. Just get out. I'll keep this, and I'm just gonna stay right here, and because I don't need you, I've got my life hacks. I just did make life hacks all day. Oh, you're gonna regret leaving me because my life is gonna be so easy. So much easier than you. Amanda? I was just kidding. She's probably just kidding too. She'll be back. She'll be back. Hey guys, welcome to youtube.com. This is one of the videos on the website. You guys are in for a treat today because not only will you be laughing, smiling, maybe crying, I don't know, but you'll also be learning. Because today I'm not going to be making fun of anything. I'm just going to be showing you guys some of the coolest and most helpful life hacks on the internet right now. So just sit back, grab a Diet Pepsi, and let's do this. Now, the source of these life hacks is an Instagram account called ViralNova365. And what Instagram is really good for, besides polluting the impressionable minds of young children with rape comedy, is teaching us shit, you know? There's cooking videos, there's makeup tutorials, and best of all, there's some goddamn life hacks. So pretty simple. Cut into an orange, cut off the top of a bottle, glue it onto the orange. We're just gonna roll that baby around, massage it, get it nice and tender, and oh hell yeah, we're gonna get some of that sweet, sweet juice. Check it out, guys. Check out all of that juice. And that's it. The video's over. That was crazy. Do you want 1 spoonful of orange juice and have 14 minutes to kill? Well, then I've got the solution. Do this. You know, you guys could just buy orange juice. It's not that expensive. So that's fun. Let's check out some more. This should be good. This one's for school, right? Oh no! I thought 4 divided by 4 was 2, but then I thought about it, and then I remembered it's 1. Oh, but what am I gonna do? I'm doing math and pen, which nobody does. I'm gonna use whiteout. That's not a life hack. You're just using a product. You're using whiteout for what it's intended for. Sorry, students. I don't think that's very helpful information. So what's he doing here? He's putting a condom on a phone, and then now that's it? That's the whole life hack? It's just that if you put a condom on a phone, you can still use the phone. But it works great, because now you can use your phone? I don't know. I don't know what this was for. So many of these, like, I don't even really know what's going on. It's like, what is this one here with you got this gamer boy here. Oh yeah, I love playing my game, having so much fun, but oh, my little feet. Oh, my feet. Oh, wait, what's this? What's he doing? Oh, you filling up my Coke? Oh yeah, put it on the floor. Yeah, put that shit on the floor. Yeah, now I can roll that shit. If you're gonna make like a life hack that's supposed to fix a problem, at least explain what the problem is, because I didn't get that one at all. Sorry to interrupt the life hacks, but I just found a really cool video called Kids Stuck in Stuff. Look, he's stuck. Uh-oh. Someone get that kid out of there, he's stuck. I did mention that they don't only post life hacks on here. They actually post a whole variety of things like this. This certainly isn't a life hack. This is just child porn. Holy shit, how is this real? Ugh, I hate how inconvenient it is to hold a lollipop and have to manually twist. It'd be so much easier if I could hold a 9-pound drill around while I spin that shit real fast in my mouth and just hope that I don't accidentally knock one of my teeth out. Tag a friend who need one. The problem is so many friends come to mind. This guy's a genius! This helpful for? I mean, especially with the 2 examples that they gave, a big mason jar and a paper cup. Throw the cup away. That's my advice. As far as the mason jar goes, you can reach your hand in there. If you're gonna go through all this trouble, at least like do it for like a bottle. Oh, but you know what? You couldn't fit this into a bottle because it's too wide. So the only thing this is good for is jars that are wide enough for you to get your hand in anyway. Ugh, that's so ridiculous. All right, step 1, make a fucking mess. I'll sum this up for you so I don't have to show the whole video. You water down toothpaste, you put it back into the toothpaste, then you take a fucking squirt bottle, and then you hot glue that shit to the end of the tube of toothpaste. You now have a toothpaste-based spray cleaner. Oh, and look how good it is. Look at it, not doing anything. Guys, there are so many of these. Okay, so you cut into the sponge, then you take $1, and then you put the $1 in the sponge. That's the whole thing. Someone chasing you to like steal your $1 from you, and all you have is a sponge and a razor blade. So you put all your money in the sponge. That's actually brilliant. All right, I like this. I like this one. You got your secret test answers. You put it inside a pin, unbeknownst to the teacher. You're cheating. This isn't his fault, but there's like a lot of kids, I think, who will go to extreme lengths to cheat on a test, rather than just like fucking use that time, use that drive that you have in this moment to just learn it. And then, you know what? Then you'll have that information forever. That's not true. I don't remember anything I learned at all. Do you like this hack? Let's find out. I'm gonna guess, based on the materials he showed in the beginning, that this entire life hack is just gonna be, look how much he's struggling. So you cut off the top of toothpaste and you take the top of a soap dispenser, which, you know, people just have, and then you put it in the toothpaste, and guess what? Now you can use your toothpaste. Oh my god! That was the money shot? He does all of that to get the like wimpiest little squirt of toothpaste. Here's a little life hack for you guys. If your goal is to be able to squeeze toothpaste out of a thing of toothpaste, what you do is you open up the toothpaste and then squeeze it, and then toothpaste will come out. So next time you guys are trying to brush your teeth but you can't figure out how to do that, just make sure it's open. That's probably what was tripping you up. And then squeeze that shit out. Definitely don't do this, because what you're gonna get is that. So I guess the moral of this video is, no matter how hard your life gets, you can always find a way to make it harder. Thanks for watching, guys. And don't forget to subscribe and comment and like and subscribe. If you made it this far in the video, comment, Drew, I don't like your videos and you seem like you smell bad. And that'll be my way of knowing if people actually watch the whole thing. Actually, I forgot in the last video that I told you guys to comment, fuck you, idiot. And then every time I saw that, there'd be a split second of like, what? I'd get like upset, and then I'd remember that I told you guys to do that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Or you'll see me in the next video. I won't see, why did I say that? I'm not gonna see you guys, that's stupid. Hey guy, welcome back to my tiny little butt. One of the first commentary videos I ever made was about a Facebook magician named Rick Lax, who exploded onto the scene by tricking millions of normies into thinking that he was reading their mind, when really he was just doing math. Now, for a long time, Rick had completely disappeared off my radar until a few weeks ago when he went viral on Twitter with some pretty insane new tricks. For some reason, all of them involved pouring Red Bull on top of other things. I suppose by now he's run out of simple math tricks to do, so he's moved on to chemistry? I don't know, seems a little random, but he does possess magic, so I will not doubt him. I'd like to think that most people watching these clips would stop it halfway through and say out loud, this is fake news, I'm watching a lie. But scrolling through the comments on Facebook where, holy fuck, this has 178 million views, you can see a lot of people buying into it without much thought, which is par for the course. This is Facebook. This is really eye-opening stuff. I never thought energy drinks could be so harsh. I'm never drinking energy drinks ever again. Indeed, it is eye-opening. Eye-opening Facebook, and now eye-closing Facebook. But you know what? I've clowned enough on Rick in the past. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here. So while I was planning my last video, I decided, you know what? I'm already doing all this DIY shit. Might as well pick up a couple of Red Bulls and take it upon myself to recreate Rick's wacky homemade science experiments. Only then can we prove once and for all that magic is real and Rick is hoarding it all to himself. To the table! Hi. As you all can see, I've brought with me today an assortment of crafting equipment. You'll notice there's no hot glue gun. Thank God. Instead, I just have a 12-pack of Red Bull, which I never buy or drink, but I did today just for this video, and a bunch of other shit that is about to get doused in Red Bull. So this will be exciting. The table is very short. I would stand like this, but I don't have the leg strength to maintain this for more than about 7 seconds. Whoop, and we're done. All right, so there are 5 specific energy drink life hacks from this video that we're gonna be attempting today. For each one that is successful, I will be awarding 1 point. If they are all successful, that's 5 points. Actually, the point system is arbitrary, I'm now realizing. But if they all work, and I was wrong about doubting Rick, then I promise to send a message to him on Facebook apologizing for this video, as well as the other one I made about him, and I will retract every negative thing I've ever said about Rick Lax. If none of them work, I will be calling the cops. You can't keep getting away with this, Rick. Lying is worse than murder. That's not true. Murder is way worse. Hey, let's get started. All right, in the first one, he cuts a balloon and then dips it into Red Bull. And look at that, the latex seals right up. Instantly, the energy drink just binds it together with whatever adhesive properties that Red Bull has. I'm gonna try to recreate it as accurately as possible. I don't have a martini glass. Hopefully a wine glass will do just as well. First, Red Bull in the cup. All right, this should be easy enough to test. Let's try another dip. I think you have to do it twice. He didn't say that, but that's what I'm assuming. Yeah, it didn't work. Let's try purple instead. I think it was the color of the balloon. It's almost ready. Yeah, it's not working. Don't worry, guys. That was just a fluke. I think the other 4 are definitely gonna work. This is Rick freaking Lax we're talking about here. He's never lied to anybody. All right, so for this one, spray fruit and vegetables with cooking spray. And would you look at that? I have fruit and vegetables. I'm sure I could just reuse the wine glass for this, but for maximum authenticity, I will be using a cup, because that's what he says. I don't want to change any variables here. This is science we're working on. Totally normal thing to be doing. Oh no, it's so slippery. All right. Wait, let me get my legs into this. I mean, I squished it a little bit, but that's because it's a lemon and it's already a little bit squishy. The real test is gonna be one of these bad boys, which are so slippery right now. I'm wondering if I'll ever be able to hold anything ever again. I'm just glad I get to do this again. And this one practically has a built-in handle. You know what I just thought of? What if Rick's pranking me? What if, to get revenge for the other video I made about him, he made this video knowing I would see it, my curiosity would take hold, and then I'd end up filming myself in my kitchen squeezing a bunch of slippery phallic vegetables. If so, good job, Rick. I'm putting these in the trash. I just washed my hands for like 2 minutes and they're still slippery. So for this next one, we're gonna get to do a little bit of cooking. This should be fun.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
Comment below your favorite type of egg. Wait, what's supposed to happen at the end? Okay, they don't look stretchy yet, but we do have some kind of reaction going on here with the Red Bull. Why does it feel like I shouldn't be doing this? Oh, because I shouldn't? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off because it's definitely been 3 minutes and I don't know what kind of volcano is erupting. Burnt Red Bull. Okay, well, I can tell you by looking at them that they're not stretchy, but of course the only way to find out if something is stretchy is by stretching it, so. Here we go. Ow, it's hot. Ow, it's hot. Ow, it's hot. You guys ever seen someone hold an egg yolk before? This is the grossest thing I've ever done, and I never want to do it again. And that's the end of the sentence. Yeah, now I'm definitely sure that Rick is pranking me. You know what? I'm actually going to give this one half a point. It didn't work quite as advertised, but the eggs are still technically stretchy. But then I'm going to subtract an entire point for making me have to clean this shit up. Fun fact, my mother-in-law is coming to visit in like 2 hours, and Amanda's gonna be pretty mad at me if it still smells like Red Bull and eggs. All right, the good news is there are no more eggs. The bad news is my hammer is about to get very sticky. Okay, seems simple enough. Good thing I came prepared.
When you're not really fine, but you just can't.
I love it. I love to do this. This is kind of like ASMR, except bad. So it's exactly like ASMR. Just when I thought this couldn't smell any better, we're now adding vinegar to the mix. Best day of my life. The hammer is wet. The kitchen is stinky. Time to see if the hammer is rubber. Moment of truth. Is it gonna be bendy? No, of course not. Why would I even think that it would be? By the way, this video now has 186 million views. Why? I've smelled a lot of bad smells in my day, most of them coming from my own body, but this takes the cake. A very stinky cake. A fun joke I'd like to do on this channel for a while is when I react to something silly that didn't work, is I'll put a card up recommending my video, why did you think this would work? Just a fun little meta joke I like to do, mostly to make myself laugh. I could have done that 4 times so far in this video. Don't worry though, I think I've saved the best for last. In this last clip, Rick is attempting to tackle one of man's most pressing issues, bread and its lack of portability. Well, I got my bread here. I wonder what the other secret ingredient is. Red Bull? You don't say. Honey, how come the hammer's in the sink? I don't know. Who are you? You don't sound like my wife. When I get done with this bread, it's gonna be so portable. Oh, the places I'll be able to go with this bread. When the bread's too big to fit in your pan for your life hack. Perfect, I can just use this weird tray that was already in the kitchen when we moved into this apartment. All right, bottoms up, guys.
Not only can I take my bread with me anywhere now, but it's gonna be all soggy and taste like the worst drink.
That relatable moment when you regret your choice. Coat both sides. Yeah, good point. I'd hate not to be thorough. Now the moment of truth. I'm gonna take my wedding ring off because right now I don't deserve to be married.
Oh, it's really working, guys. I'm doing it. I'm making the bread portable. Oh, guys.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
After all that shit I talked about Rick, I was wrong. The problem was with me all along. Not this video. This works perfect. I can take this bread to a museum. I could take it to the beach. I could eat this bread anywhere and everywhere, and that's what I'm gonna do. Thanks, Rick.
You guys want to hear my theory as to how this one kind of worked? Because the bread got wet. But hey, that's just a theory. Wait, hold on. The content is no longer available? Is Rick watching me right now?
It all makes sense. This was his plan all along. He's had his eyes on me. There's a camera in here, isn't there? Come out, Rick, wherever you are. He planted this seed and then watched as I watered it with Red Bull and vinegar.
And now that his bidding is done, he deleted the video, so I don't even have proof that it ever existed.
Did it ever exist? Am I asleep right now?
My light turned off. Well, I can already see all the comments about how I seem like I lost my mind in this video, and that's because I did. I don't even know how to end this video. It's all dark now because the light turned off. It still stinks in here.
Well, guess the only thing I can do is eat the bread. All right, thanks for watching, guys.
So I've gone back and forth on how I feel about this. At first I was mad at Rick for making me spend like $20 on Red Bull and a wet baguette, but then I thought about it and I actually started to appreciate what he's doing here. Obviously, these were not going to work, but the fact that he even made me feel like I had to disprove him is a success. Rick isn't a scientist, he's a magician, and these are just illusions. Like, I don't know how he did this balloon thing, but he certainly made it look like he cut the balloon and then the Red Bull fixed it. It's at least better than staring into the camera telling me that my number I subtracted 2 from is 2 less than the number I had before, and so I have to share the video because of it. He's adapting, he's improving his craft, so all I have to say is good for you, Rick. But then I thought about it some more and I got mad again. This fucking hammer was just rubber the whole time. That's why he's barely tapping these cans. This vegetable was just rubber the whole time. These eggs are... Oh, wait. I guess those are real eggs. Just kidding, because he cut to a news shot where he replaced them with rubber eggs. Come on, Rick, you're like 40 years old and you're playing with kids' toys pretending that you did magic just so you can go viral on Facebook? It's not all bad though. There are some positive stories to come out of this. I read this very inspirational message in the comments. Don't underestimate the power of energy drinks. These are my before and after pictures from when I never drank them to when I drank 3 a day. It was a lot of hard work and positive thinking too, so the energy drinks can't take all the credit. And these are the pictures. Well, hey guy, welcome back to your channel. Remember a few years ago when life hacks were starting to take over the internet and they would range anywhere from pretty useful to how much free time do you think I have? Well, lately life hacks have been evolving so chaotically that I'm actually kind of scared now. Like, I don't know what it is about this egg spray contraption, but watching it makes my bones hurt. There's such a menacing aura here. I feel like no one should be able to wield this much power, except for me. I'm making eggs. So anyway, after eating my delicious and nutritious breakfast, my brain pooped out an idea for a video. So I went on Twitter and had you guys send me some of the most bizarre life hacks that you've seen lately, and today I will be sitting down with my wife, who's been asleep for the past 3 months, and we're gonna be trying some of them out and then ranking them on a scale that I came up with. Let's do this. Oh. Hi. You can put that glass pumpkin on your head the entire time?
It's ceramic.
Or ceramic. Equally breakable. My point still stands.
It's fall. I am allowed to wear this on my head if I want to.
Okay. You're right. I just hope that you don't have to nod or feverishly shake your head at any point, because these life hacks are pretty bad. You're going to want to say no to them. So, as I discussed in the intro, today we will be ranking some life hacks. Some of them we will be testing out ourselves. Some of them we will not be, because they're just total abominations and no one should attempt to recreate them. So my scale for this will be extremely useful, good but way too time consuming, didn't work, what the fuck, and never talk to me again. Would you say that you eat a lot of pistachios? Well, 5 Minute Crafts has come up with a brand new way to enjoy pistachios without all the hassle.
What are they watching?
I think they're watching this life hack video. Yes. Oh, I did it right. I get that, like, to eat a pistachio, you want to have a second bowl to put the shells in, but, like, you already need one bowl for this. Instead of cutting off who thought of this?
I'm all for reusing stuff, but...
Not in this way. I've already burned myself making one of these videos. Why not slice a finger off while I'm at it?
I always feel like we should say don't try this at home, but we're literally doing a tutorial that basically is telling you to do it at home.
Yeah,
and they don't have any warnings.
It's made for at-home trials. Not that you were gonna do this anyway, because we're the only people dumb enough to attempt this, but you know, it's worth saying.
It?
No, works perfect.
Still need this cup though.
True.
It's all warm.
Now it's gonna have pistachio residue in it.
My clothes are gonna smell like
nuts. Does it have to be that exact shape? The thing is, it doesn't matter how big this hole is, because you're just opening up the side to use the entire rest of the container. So this could just be the size of a pistachio and you squeeze it through every time.
So where do you store this when you're done with it to use it for next time?
In the laundry room, next to your regular detergent.
Let's make a little door.
Yeah, knock knock, who's there? Nuts. All right, dig in. Well, I forgot about the phone part, so maybe we'll just put that there.
So you go over to your friend's house and you see them eating pistachios
on the couch. And you're like, no, stop! I have a better way. You dump out a full thing of laundry detergent. Well, when you think about it, how long does it take to get 2 bowls out of your kitchen? Days, maybe?
Months.
It could be months. But this only took us about 5 minutes, so.
You can make like a birdhouse.
Or a squirrel catcher. Put nuts in as bait.
Got him.
Then we feed him to Bim Bim. So here is the next one. Yeah, it looks a little so far. Don't worry, it takes a left turn.
Wait, why'd he cut a hole and put it there?
Because it's romantic. So obviously I'm not going to recreate this because we're already married, but let's just say hypothetically, I was going to propose to you. If I did it like this, what would you say?
No.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I'm gonna say never talk to me again. So this video is 5 Minute Crafts on Facebook. It's called How to Survive into the Wild for Urbanites. Vital hacks for sudden camping. You know, when you find
We gotta go camping now.
Suddenly, I'm camping. When you're suddenly camping and you're not prepared, you might accidentally step into a puddle. But there's a solution. Yeah. No, that's the whole thing.
Oh, how do you take that off?
Well, I guess we'll find out.
How do I gotta do this?
I guess that's a good point. Well, I've lost all flexibility in my foot. So if I were to have to run quickly away from, say, like a bear.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't keep this on long so you don't lose circulation or anything.
Now, it looks stylish, of course, and it's very hard to walk in, but the real test is going to be if my sock stays dry. Let's see what happens.
Uh-oh, stepped in a puddle.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. All right. Now, take it off. Yeah, no, my sock's all wet.
It is. So you still get wet feet and wet socks, and you have to put on and take off duct tape.
But we'll always cherish the time we spent together.
That one's just Didn't work. Duct tape is good for many things. A makeshift shoe is not one of them.
So remember when we went on that long road trip a couple years ago and we would take turns sleeping in the car, but it was so uncomfortable? 5 Minute Crafts has come up with a brilliant solution. I like how the last shot makes it look like she's the only one in the car, as if she drove all the way there like that.
I don't even want to try it. I can just tell you, that's so unsafe.
Yeah, I don't want to try it, but for the sake of the experiment, I think we have to.
Well, it's not great. I can't really see, and it hurts my neck, and my face is getting really sweaty, and it's not really making me want to fall asleep because of all those things. So I would say don't do this.
Big no from me.
So this one, probably not going to try this one out, but just had to share this with you.
The world outside only made me numb, 'cause I just wanna be here in our hometown.
You shouldn't have a hack for safety.
Right.
Like, why spend thousands of dollars on a life vest when I can just make my own?
Because you might die, and the human life is priceless. This one is somewhere in between WTF and Never Talk to Me Again. Maybe
That's
Never
WTF.
Talk to Me Again, just because if someone tries to do this, they will never talk to you again because they're going to be drowned in the lake that they were swimming in. Little trickier than we thought.
This is definitely a two-person job. So I'm going to help you make this so that you can squeeze it when you're mad at me.
Exactly. Almost there. I can feel the stress melting away already. And then when you're done with the empty bag of marshmallows, you can put a ring in there and propose to your girlfriend. Hey, we may not always see eye to eye. Actually, I can't stand you, but will you be my wife?
Well, it's actually...
So far, so good, actually. It's pretty cool.
Here's another life hack.
And then pop it like a piñata and all the kids get the marshmallows off the floor. Not too bad. But we have to try the stress test.
Honey, you left the toilet seat down again? You know how hard it is for me to have to lift that up and put my hands on the gross little seat and get pee-pee all over my hands and all over the seat and all over the ground and all over the wall.
That's probably the best one so far.
Yeah, I got to eat marshmallows.
So that is going to go in extremely useful. I don't know if this is true or not. It seems wrong, but I also don't know how else you would make apple juice, so...
This is how they do it.
In the farmland. I froze them last night, pulled them out this morning.
I don't want to touch them. They look so cool.
Well, we're going to have to do more than touch them. We're going to squeeze the crap out of them.
What? Is it?
The liquid coming out is very white. I think it's just like the condensation from being frozen.
It smells like apple juice.
Yeah, it does. All right, bottom up. Kind of tastes like apple juice. All right, I guess we'll be squeezing the rest of these and filling a whole carton of juice and then selling it on the side of the road. But if this is how you make juice, it's not really a life hack. It's just explaining how to do it.
So it's just a messier way to do it. So I guess that's a life hack. A life hack is just a messier way to do things.
That's a really good way to describe all life hacks, honestly.
Good, but time-consuming.
Now, if there's one thing I hate, it's robbers. I hate people who rob and commit crimes. But I also want to have a key outside my house that's available to anyone, my friends or my family, who I need them to stop by if we're out of town. Not that we literally ever go out of town, but you know, this is a hypothetical scenario. But if you just put it under the mat, people are going to find that. Those robbers I was talking about, they're going to find it and they're going to break in. Well, they're just going to unlock the door. They don't really have to do any breaking.
I guess they're not really breaking anything.
So this is an interesting twist on leaving your key under the mat. So yeah, you put grass on a key basically, and then you stick it in your you seem intrigued. It's not terrible. The person who sent this to me said how to lose your own keys on purpose. Yeah, because when they zoom out, it's like, shit. You're spending like 2 hours on your hands and knees trying to find it. I don't know if any of these categories actually work for this, because it's not time consuming. Well, maybe it's time consuming if you lose it and it takes you 2 hours to find it. So just for it being good, I'll go ahead and put it there.
Spinning like a broken record for a play.
No!
I like the perfectly positioned woman in the back is like, which, you know, points out the absurdity of this. It's like they're admitting if you do this, people are going to look at you like you're crazy.
So she just drops her pants, and what is she paying for? She
Yeah.
just stops in the middle of running and pulls her pants down and just pays someone off screen.
I'd like to continue running outside.
Who just accepts the money, no questions asked.
Well, wouldn't you? This seems trustworthy. Hell, I'll put it in my pants. What do you think? I'm kind of thinking WTF.
Well, I would say never talk to me again, but if you're giving me money while you're doing that,
I'll talk to you a couple more times. So we'll say WTF. So then finally, this one is going to require probably the most work. These pictures suck.
Here in plain sight, still it doesn't seem like you see me.
High five. Sorry about bashing your head in earlier. I don't know how many oranges we're gonna need for this, but I got 4 just in case. I forgot they're round. Do I look good?
Yeah.
Why'd you hesitate? So I think I have to like lay down for this. Do I look like a model?
Yes.
Why'd you hesitate? This is a bad time to tell you I'm allergic to oranges. This is awesome.
What would you rate this?
Without even seeing the picture?
Yes.
Well, I would say extremely useful without seeing the picture, but I don't know how bad it's gonna look.
How's your experience?
Smells like oranges, like a lot, and my face is kind of wet.
All right, moment of truth. I have a giant mark on my forehead now, but it'll be worth it because this will be a very good picture.
Do you like it?
They look great. I look so good. That is our definitive tier list, I suppose, of 2020 life hacks.
Well, you put them into the categories, but they're either dangerous, wasteful, absolutely absurd. 1% of them are decent.
That's kind of just the general rule of life hacks.
Yeah.
What was that you said earlier?
A life hack is just to mess your way to 2 things.
Very well said. Well, guy, Gooden family, signing off once again, wishing you a happy birthday. Oh boy, that was fun. And I didn't even get injured this time. Wow, that guy was pretty convincing. I think I'm gonna buy a Squarespace. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1 billion subscribers by the end of 2017. Well, anyway, I'm kind of on the run from the law. Long story, but if anyone asks, I wasn't here. I'll see you guys next week. You ever watch a wholesome video on TikTok or Instagram and it makes you feel good? I mean, so much of the internet can be this toxic, argumentative wasteland, but for once you're sitting there smiling at your phone. Imagine that. Imagine a piece of content that actually makes your day better. And then you open up the comment section and it's a fucking war zone. Going into 2023 with the same person since 2010. Oh, that's nice. They've been together for a very long time. Clearly they've worked hard and been able to make a life for themselves centered around their shared interest. And I mean, really, that's the dream for anybody, no matter what that shared interest may be. And who cares about this? Cringe. Video gaming is the worst hobby one could have. What a waste of time. Not like what I do, which is spend all day on my phone telling other people that they're wasting their time. I'm pissed. Living behind a screen. Aren't you doing the same thing? No. You have gamer in your bio. Are gamers extremely lazy? Do they ever get up? I like to think that this person isn't making fun of them. They're just genuinely concerned for their well-being. Like, wait, have they really been sitting there for 13 years? I hope they're okay. What if they got stuck? Like, I know that you're opening yourself up to criticism whenever you post anything online. That's just the nature of the internet. But it's crazy that even the most uncriticizable posts where someone is just happily doing something and isn't hurting anyone else in the process still gets criticized. All right, here's another TikTok about dishes.
In our house, I cook, he does the dishes. And when he cooks, He does the dishes.
Harmless joke, right? They're just subverting expectations of what you might have expected her to say. So really, there's no reason for someone to get like super pissed about this or anything. Oh, so he's twice as useful as you are. L-girlfriend. So much entitlement. The women that posted this and the women that are commenting on this, just because you don't like doing it doesn't mean he does. So about helping and being a good person. He rather does the dishes because he knows you'll never do it without moaning about it or showing the initiative to just do it. You just let him do it because you're lazy and entitled, feeling offended when called out. But ask yourself, if you're feeling called out, doesn't that prove my point? This video is 8 seconds long. Slavery. That's right, someone watched this video and thought, oh my God, that's exactly what being a slave is like. And 5 people agreed? Slavery is when I have to do the dishes, even though I was the one who cooked that night. Simps love to defend this irrational thinking. Imagine if the genders were reversed. I know, right? Then the comments might be insane. Normalize men doing chores. Normalize women changing oil and fixing the toilet and paying the bill. Ah, yes, changing oil and fixing toilets. 2 things that notoriously need to be done as often as the dishes. Shit, I change my oil every time I drive. Only the best for my car. How often do you even have to fix a toilet? Every couple of years at the most? What are you doing in there? You shitting grenades? Look, I don't know who this couple is, but I'm positive that this 8-second video does not sum up their entire relationship. Like in my house, Amanda does the dishes like 90% of the time, but I cook 90% of the time. She cleans more often than I do, but I do all the grocery shopping. I don't know, one single chore doesn't tell the whole story. But even still, being in a relationship isn't supposed to be this one-to-one transactional exchange where every chore must be split down the middle and every good deed must be reciprocated immediately. Hey, I just did something nice for you. Do it back or I'm gonna post about this on TikTok. What are you talking about? It's my birthday. Oh, I'm supposed to give you a present too? You would if you loved me. Like, no, you just figure out what works best for you guys, and if something's not working, then you talk about it. Clearly, these people are traumatized from a past relationship where they had to do a chore, and they haven't been able to stop thinking about it since. It's time to move on, all right? You gotta let that shit go. There's another common type of TikTok I've seen multiple renditions of.
See you later.
You've been a great out today.
That's all right. Thank you. Bye.
And honestly, I like TikToks like this because I think this is really healthy and a good thing to point out. Like having the desire to be by yourself for a little bit doesn't mean your marriage is bad all of a sudden or you've lost your spark. Most couples go through this. Most couples do this. You are still your own person with your own hobbies and interests. It's not the end of the world. Like sometimes Amanda comes home from work and wants to tell me everything that happened that day, and that's great. And other times she just wants to come home and listen to a podcast and play Stardew Valley for 3 hours. And both of those are fine. That's not good or healthy for couples. Well, this is crazy unhealthy in a relationship. That is terrible relationship advice. When kids are down, it's time to be together. Each of you should have some time to do what you like, but do it while kids are up. One watches kids, then the other. It's a very specific rule. Me and my husband, we have 4 kids. That was in the 80s. All our time was about them. Now that they are growing and have their own family, me and him have some our time. We love being and around each other, but like he wishing TV and working. I like being at home alone, and when we at home, we talk about everything, and then like I said, he in one room and I am in another. We be married for 40 years, get along just fine. I think she's on my side here. I'm not 100% sure though. If you love somebody, you'll expect to have its company as much as they can. It seems like there are 2 kinds of negative responses to this. There's the people who misinterpret it to mean that they don't want to spend any time together, even though that's not at all what they're saying. This is what, like an hour of their day, some of the time, relax. But then there's also the people who use TikToks like this to just brag about their own relationship. Sad. We like to be with each other at bedtime, even after 9 years of marriage. Wait, you guys have alone time? That's a choice that you make. No, that's great. I'm happy for you. I guess it's just that you must not love each other very much because I spend every waking moment with my wife. We have the same job, the same hobbies, the same friend, us. Our bathroom has 2 toilets and they face each other. A few years back, I actually took a class on how to stop blinking, and now I don't do it anymore. What can I say? I guess I missed her too much when my eyes are closed. Of course, there's a balance to this, as this guy will tell you, not realizing that the people who posted the TikTok would probably agree with him. If you never prioritize your partner and you're constantly blowing them off to just do whatever you want, go hang out with your friends, that's a problem. If 100% of the time you'd rather be hanging out with your boys than paying any attention to your girlfriend, you probably shouldn't be dating her. you should be dating your boys. But at the same time, I wouldn't personally want to be in a relationship where my life solely revolves around the other person. You need time to cultivate your own interests and work on yourself so you actually have something to bring to the table. And honestly, sometimes when your partner is trying to minimize your other passions or turn you against your friends, it's kind of a manipulation tactic. They're trying to make you fully dependent on them so you have nowhere else to go and no one else in your life to point out all their red flags. I don't think a relationship should be about merging into one entity that is useless without the other person. Because if you get too far into it, you're gonna lose sight of who you were before you started dating. Just like with anything though, it comes down to what you and your partner agree on. If you both want to spend 24 hours a day holding hands and staring into each other's eyes, go for it. That's awesome. I'm not gonna stop you. But that's what really gets me about these comments is that for the most part, everybody's just arguing for their own personal preference in a relationship that they're not a part of. If you see a video like this and you think, well, that wouldn't work for me, or my wife and I could never do something like that, that's literally fine because you're not in the relationship. Like, I just don't understand the need to go around imposing the rules of your marriage onto everyone else. Like, what's the point of even trying to argue with how this couple lives their lives? They've been together for 13 years. If this lifestyle was unsustainable for them, they wouldn't have been able to sustain it. If you see this couple happily on the same page about something and then decide that actually you know what's best for them more than they do, no, you don't. Shut up. In classic internet fashion though, I found another TikTok that's almost exactly the same as these ones, but all of the comments are angry for the opposite reason.
After our kids go to bed, this is how my husband and I have been spending time together at night. I am rewatching all the Marvel movies, and my husband is over here racing in his racing simulator. So we're like kind of together, right?
Now, I'll admit, the vibe is a little different in this one. Whereas the other people were like proudly saying, hey, this is something we do. This is what works in our relationship. This woman seems a little bit more unsure. It also kind of looks like maybe she's been crying, but I don't know her life. I'm just going to assume that it was from the movie. Ultimately, I don't know. And I'm not going to speculate on it too hard because this is an Instagram reel and I don't know anything about these people. Is what I would say if I wasn't a crazy person. She just wants him to do what she wants to do. Yeah, she's not happy. Something's going on. She is low-key putting him down. Instead of just talking to her husband, instead she tries to make a video and post it trying to shame him. Could you cry a little less? Have you offered or shown any interest in playing games with him? Reach into his interests? I understand that you are not enjoying this quality time. Visually obvious. Now, the thing that these comments all have in common is that they're all working off of an assumption. We have decided that this video is not sincere, and since that's now a fact that we all can agree on, it's okay to bully you for it. So I was curious, I found them on TikTok. I just saw this one on Instagram. And they made multiple follow-up videos where they had to be like, guys, can you stop telling us to get a divorce? Like, we love each other, we love our kids, we spend a lot of time together. I was just kind of tired because we both worked all day and you guys are looking into this way too hard. Please stop, it's weird. Okay, so mystery solved, right? And now that we have that context, I would like to present to you one of the most unhinged comments I have ever read in my life. I am certain that the purpose of this video was, we've got this whole history and all I'm asking for him is to sit here and watch these movies with me. I even put on Marvel movies because he likes them and I want to bait him over here to spend time with me because he never spends time with me after all that we've been through. I don't even care about Marvel movies. Right, because Marvel movies are for boys and women can't like superheroes. I'm just making sacrifices to stop enjoying my life, not doing things I want to do or grow as a person, have a hobby, all for him to just pay me the slightest bit of attention. No one appreciates sacrifices they didn't ask for. Do what you want to do. If that doesn't feel like quality time, speak up. If you feel like this relationship is costing everything you want from life, speak up. Otherwise, shut up. Holy shit. We're not even halfway through, by the way. And if you do speak up and that's not what he wants, it's okay to move on with your life. If you feel like you could do better and deserve more, go reach for it. But don't go crawling back just because you don't like the new life you have after you've thrown away your old one and destroyed all semblance of peace for yourself and your family. Stop wasting your time doing things that don't make you happy. You literally have this one life and you're choosing to cry on TikTok rather than make a meaningful difference. Obviously, he's happy and comfortable the way it is, and if you divorce him, he'll probably just enjoy more of his free time after a fucked up dark period of feeling worthless and that nothing that he does is enough, because that's what you're saying here. Nothing that has happened before was enough for you. Absolute insanity aside, he based this entire rant on the assumption that she's pretending to like the movies. Like, you never stop to think, what if this thing I'm making up isn't actually true? That would kind of destroy my entire argument and make me look like an asshole. Nah, I'll do it anyway. Isn't it fun, though, that the internet is so used to just yelling at each other all the time that you can post 2 videos with essentially the same thesis and cause a riot for 2 opposite reasons? Social media is so fun. I'm having a great time. Now, if you're anything like me, seeing all of this unasked for discourse kind of makes you never want to post any private information about yourself because people are just going to use it to bully you or speculate on your behalf. You might even think to post a TikTok where you're like, hey, my partner doesn't post about me on social media, but that doesn't mean the relationship doesn't work because he loves me in real life. And that's really all that matters to me. Only to find out that even that's wrong too. God, and don't even get me started on parenting TikTok. I would never in a million years post a video of my child because I'm just gonna get a bunch of comments from people telling me that I'm doing everything wrong. Like, you'll see a video of a kid falling down, right? I'm not saying I seek those kind of videos out or anything. It's just sometimes they pop up and I watch them, okay? But the kid will fall down, right? And the mom will be like, oh no, are you okay? And someone will comment, wrong, let her get up on her own or she'll never learn how to be independent. And then you'll see the same kind of video where the parent will instead be like, hey buddy, you're fine, just shake it off. Wrong, she's clearly hurt. You were supposed to keep her safe and you failed. And now she'll never trust anyone and it's all your fault. It's like, okay, what am I supposed to do then? Because it doesn't seem like anything is right to you guys. What's ironic about this, though, is I feel like a lot of these kind of commenters are the same people who will shame young people for not having kids yet. Come on, guys. Be useful to society. Give birth already. And then post about them so we can nitpick all of your choices. Really, though, that's just like the whole internet right now. No matter what kind of content you're making, no matter what you're doing, you'll just be living your life. And then someone will be like, that's not how I would do it. Well, I didn't ask, buddy. Now, the last video I want to point out has some pretty insane discourse, partly because I found it on Twitter. I mean, in general, when a TikTok gets reposted to Twitter, it's not usually like, hey, look at this funny TikTok I found. It's like, hey, look at this piece of shit I found. We should set their house on fire.
Day 1 of being a stay-at-home husband. Made us some tea and cuddled on the couch. And then I started to pack her lunch before she went to work with all her favorite foods. Snuck in a love note, drove her to work.
You get the idea, you know? It's a guy who loves his wife and is clearly doing a good job of taking care of her. They seem to be in a healthy, happy relationship. Not really anything to judge, right? This is more disturbing than gore. In what universe is that a superior life to living alone? It's a terrible lesbian couple. Okay, I lost it at the Beyond Meat jerky. I'm sorry, was there like a meeting they all went to where they all decided one day that all the guys like this on Twitter have to change their profile picture to some random dead guy statue? What does it mean? Every time you see someone on Twitter with a profile picture like this, I promise you they're about to say the worst take you've ever heard. The only thing gay here is using a straw at home. Fellas, is it gay to drink stuff? Have you noticed that like everything has discourse now? Everything is a debate, even if it doesn't need to be. And some of it is constructive. Of course, some of it is very much worth having, but then I'll see people arguing about like which basketball player is having a better season or how much cream you're supposed to put in your coffee. Like the fate of the world is on the line. I feel like there's this anger that's seeped into every part of the internet, and it's so hard to avoid without just staying off of it altogether. Like you'll see the most innocuous comment in the world that for some reason has 97 replies and you're like, what happened here? And the most recent reply will be like, no, I'm not the one defending genocide. You're the one. And it's like, how did they, who even brought that up? And I think what really sucks about it is so much of it is by design. Like there were those documents that came out that showed Facebook's algorithm was more likely to suggest something if a lot of people were using the angry reaction emoji. And then outside of Facebook, on Twitter, I've noticed that a lot of times the tweet at the top of a thread is not the one with the most likes, but the one with the most replies because it's the most controversial. It is the most likely way to stretch out the amount of time you spend on that thread because now instead of just the one original paragraph, there's now dozens of insane ramblings for you to scroll through. Even Instagram is starting to show some of the worst comments near the top. That's how I found the ones in this video. I wasn't scrolling to the bottom, they were at the top. And it's all because a computer told them that these kind of comments increase engagement. Let's not worry about what kind of engagement. Let's not worry about the fact that this specific kind of engagement actually makes people feel like shit and they're worse off when they leave the app than they were when they came onto the app. And not only is this making the overall user experience more negative, but by showing the hateful comments to more people because you know that that's what will get them to interact with it? Aren't you like actively encouraging people to write hateful things? Like most of the time, if someone's being an asshole online, they're just doing it to rile people up. They're doing it to get a response. And if the algorithms did a better job of flagging and suppressing those things, and maybe after a while, those people would be like, it seems my efforts are fruitless. This is no way to spend my days. I need to get my shit together. And then they like put on a suit and tie. But from like the user side, our side, I don't really know what the answer is besides just like spending less time on the internet. It just sucks though, because sometimes it's really fun, you know? Sometimes I don't get pissed off at all. I just laugh a lot. I like the internet. I like connecting with people across the world. I like finding new talented creators and following them and seeing what kind of stuff they make. There's so much good out there. I wish it wasn't so depressing sometimes. Anyway, for all the people who have sat through this whole rant and didn't care because they don't really listen to me when I talk and they only watch these videos to see the ad read at the end, you're in luck. Well, guy, I forgot to write an outro. Hope you have a good weekend. Or I actually don't know when I might be posting this on like a Wednesday. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go do jumping jacks outside of a gym until they are so impressed that they give me a free membership. Bye. Everybody always says to me, Drew, you don't make your own merch from scratch in your kitchen. You have some company do it for you. Well, read it and weep, bozo, because I just made a fresh batch. Buy something for your dad at drewgoodenshop.com. Hey guy, it's January, and for the 29th year in a row, my New Year's resolution is to get taller. To be honest, I used to be really good at getting taller. In fact, from 1993 to 2011, I grew almost 6 feet. But in the 12 years since, nothing. What am I doing wrong? Is my body stupid? Lucky for me, I just found out that there are dozens of tutorials on YouTube, each with millions of views, on how to get taller. There are real videos on this website made by self-respecting human beings who claim that they can teach you to become more tall. Now, I assume the majority of these views are from children, in which case I have good news for you. You will get taller. I just don't know how quickly or how much. But as far as I've always been aware, once you reach a certain age, that's it. You just have to live with the hand that you've been dealt. Or in this case, the legs, neck, and torso you've been dealt. If there was a simple and foolproof way to get taller, don't you think people would do that? Wouldn't everyone in the NBA choose to be as tall as Bol if it was a matter of choice? That's not how it works, okay? It's not possible. Or is it? It's not. But maybe no, it's not. Unfortunately, the only way to know for sure is to spend the next month of my life following each and every one of these tutorials and tracking my progress along the way. Now, before we begin, obviously I got to figure out what it is I'm actually going to be doing. So let's check out some of these tutorials, starting with the most handsome medical professional on YouTube, Dr. Mike.
What you should focus on to grow the tallest possible, making sure you get enough protein, make sure you're eating your veggies and fruit. You need to get enough sleep, because when you sleep well, you actually get a lot of growth hormone release.
Say less, I can do that.
And then on top of that, you want to make sure you're exercising. It makes you process food differently. It makes your muscles grow. And all of those things will contribute to your physical appearance, including your height.
You know, that kind of felt like an afterthought, didn't it? I feel like maybe he forgot what he was talking about and then just threw that in at the end. Because all he did was describe eating well and going to the gym. And that's how you get stronger. And taller, too. I'm a doctor. But yeah, no wonder all those really buff guys at the gym are also 10 feet tall, because lifting weights does both. I also found 2 very similar shorts from 2 different members of 100 Thieves. If you don't know who 100 Thieves is, they're a gaming conglomerate, sort of like FaZe Clan. And if you don't know who FaZe Clan is, then that sentence only made you more confused. So yeah, I think these guys live in the same house, one of those content mansions with 37 bedrooms and little dungeons for their editors to live.
There's a myth that stretching can actually make you taller. Is it true?
No.
Your boy is now 6'3".
I feel taller. I think
oh my God.
Actually, I think what happened is that one of these guys made this video and then the other one saw that it was doing well. So they thought, oh, I'll just do the same thing. I'll hang for a bit, do some stretches, tell everyone to subscribe.
Now, the most important step to really grow taller.
Go on, tell us.
Is hitting that subscribe button right now. If you follow each and every single one of these steps, I guarantee you will be taller.
I hate YouTube Shorts. I miss the good old days when YouTube only had longs. Like this video from Brightside, which has 33 million views.
Some exercises may help you become taller.
Some of them are just so effective that it may take less than a week for you to see the results.
You know, if you told me earlier that I could do all this in a week, I would have felt good about that. But after seeing what the 100 Thieves guy did, I have higher standards. He grew 1.5 inches in like 10 minutes, okay? I don't have all week. I'm competing in a slam dunk contest tonight. So as far as exercises go, hanging is definitely the most common thing I've seen so far. Definitely gonna have to do that.
All you need to do is hold on to the bars tightly and try to hang, not touching the ground with your feet.
Right, because if your feet were on the ground, then you would be standing.
Stretching the neck backward helps to elongate the muscles in your neck, and a longer neck will give you additional height. This exercise improves stretchability, and a well-stretched body is a taller body.
Yeah, you don't have to say that every time. This exercise will make your legs longer, and if your legs are longer, then your height is more.
Number 10. Swimming. Try to swim a minimum of 5 days a week for several hours, and you'll see noticeable results.
Damn, they really saved the hardest one for last. Yeah, so you're gonna wanna stretch your neck for a little bit, do a few yoga poses, swim in the ocean for 20 hours a week. Dude, I make 1 YouTube video a month. How much free time do you think I have? Actually, don't answer that.
Remember to press 2 buttons after watching this video.
Wait, what was that?
Press 2 buttons.
To be fair, he didn't really specify which 2 buttons. So there's 1, and then... Hey, did someone order a pizza?
Sorry, I think you have the wrong... A treasure map? But where did you... He's gone.
No, I just fell. I don't have time for a treasure hunt right now, but I'll save that for later. Let's see what's next.
There are 3 proven ways to grow taller. Wow. Drink milk, okay?
Not milk. This is what I feared the most.
Doesn't necessarily need to be cow's milk. You just need a daily intake of calcium because that's what makes your bones grow.
Hey, calm down, all right? No one else said anything about milk, so it's probably not even a common thing.
Number 2 is drinking milk. I drank tons of cow milk.
I can't believe Big Milk has infiltrated the medical community.
But really though, it all comes down to your DNA. So no matter how tall you are, just own it.
I appreciate this person for acknowledging that genetics played the biggest and perhaps only role in this. But by throwing it in at the end, aren't you kinda contradicting everything you've said so far?
But remember, at the end of the day, you're either gonna be tall or not. And no amount of milk you drink could possibly change that.
But drink it anyway. All right, so let's recap. Here's everything I have to do this month. I have to work out and eat healthy. I have to drink milk specifically from a cow. I have to stretch constantly and hang from stuff, and I have to sleep a lot.
The more you sleep, the taller you grow.
And if all these videos are accurate, like I assume they are, then I will have no trouble hitting my goal height of 7 feet. That's right, other Drew Gooden. For years, you've towered over me, looked down on me in shame, probably had thoughts of squashing me like a bug. All it would take is 1 step, but not anymore. When I'm done with this video, I'm gonna be so goddamn tall that your opportunity to squash me like a bug will be over, Drew Gooden 2, and you're gonna rue the day that you blew your chance to do it. Let's get started. 5'11", just 1 inch short of being handsome and perfect, and yet it feels so far away. One of the first challenges of the video was finding a place to hang from every day. My initial thought was monkey bars at a playground, but the playground that I went to was right outside of middle school, and I just don't think it's a great idea for me to be walking around with a camera and tripod outside of a school. So I just bought a pull-up bar, and I'm gonna hang on that instead.
Hang for 3 minutes. If you can't hang that long, just know, the longer you hang, the taller you grow.
The guy from the TikTok said to hang for at least 3 minutes. I actually came really close on my first try. I made it all the way to 7 seconds. And I've slowly worked my way up to about 15. As far as food goes, I've been on a very strict meal plan. I'm eating the same things every day: chicken, rice, sandwich, oatmeal. Really trying to maximize on protein without overeating. Now, I should say, I've already been doing this for like 2 months now, before the video. And to my knowledge, I haven't gotten any taller, but I'm sure that'll come. I'm sure a growth spurt is just right around the corner. One more protein shake should do it. Or you know what, it's probably the milk that I've been missing out on. That's what I needed, is to buy cow's milk for the first time in 7 years and drink that every day. Just went on a walk through my neighborhood, better drink some milk. My favorite football team just got eliminated from the playoffs, better drink some milk. Got a giant pimple on my face from drinking so much milk, better drink some milk. I don't really mind the taste of milk so much, it's just that when you drink it by itself, it really coats the inside of your mouth and overstays its welcome. But I can put up with it because multiple YouTubers who I watch and trust assured me that it will stretch my bones. And I know that if there's one group of people on this planet who wouldn't lie to me, it's YouTubers. And then of course there have been my daily stretches, and you know what? Please don't look at my scoliosis, okay? I know my back is all bent up like a pretzel. You don't have to comment on it. In fact, I would probably already be taller if my spine didn't make me do this all the time. Now I gotta say, I forgot how good stretching feels. Even though this is currently having zero effect on my height, I don't mind doing it because it's actually improving my mood. You know what's not improving my mood though? Sleeping as much as I am. What initially started as the easiest goal on my to-do list has quickly become my least favorite part of this challenge. When you spend every morning laying in bed, you have way too much time to just think about your life and ask all these difficult questions like, why is it the things that we can't control about ourselves are what we obsess over the most? And why does Mr. Beast have a Fortnite skin? The more I slept, the harder it was to get out of bed, and the more tired I'd feel throughout the day, the more weird, unsettling dreams I would have, and the more disconnected I've generally felt from myself. I feel like I'm not getting enough done during the day, so then I put off going to bed at night, which only makes me sleep even later. And as my days get shorter, I'm finding myself becoming more and more irritable. I'm getting overwhelmed easily by basic tasks. It's like I can feel the pressure of time wasting away in front of my outstretched hands, always just out of reach. It's hard to come to terms with the finite number of minutes you've been given on this earth when you don't feel like you're doing enough to take advantage of them. But maybe worst of all is that I'm still the same goddamn height. I don't understand. It's been almost 3 weeks. I've followed every step and I have not 1 extra centimeter to show for it. Maybe a little television will cheer me up. Oh hey, the new Scooby-Doo show is out. I like Scooby-Doo. This should be good.
I spit truth without a filter, like every comedian before #MeToo.
This is the worst show I've ever watched in my life.
Well, at least I didn't get any shorter, right? Oh no, I did get shorter.
All right, well, now that I have even more ground to make up, I think it's time we start thinking outside the box. Subliminals, possibly the single most gate-kept online community. Through a powerful mix of manifestation and listening to lo-fi beats with headphones on, it turns out you can change any physical feature about yourself that you don't like. Hair, eye color, face shape, even your height. Don't believe me? Listen to one of the many testimonials out there. This works. I went from 5 foot to 5'7" in 3 weeks. Listen to this twice a day and I went from 5'2" to 5'8". I went from 5'3" to 5'7" in 4 months. Kinda just sounds like a regular growth spurt to me, but hey, results are results. And it doesn't stop there. Started this maybe a month ago, gone from 5'4" to 5'7". I listened to this once in my hair growth subliminal playlist and my hair was literally longer than yesterday. I immediately got a headache, oh my God. My cat recovered from cancer. Sorry scientists, time to pack it up and go home, because the real medicine has been lo-fi hip-hop beats to relax / study to this entire time. All right, well, let's make a playlist. Grow taller, height increase after age 21. Grow taller, growth plates, activation, increase height fast. Grow taller in 1 listen. But get this, I can make it even more powerful. You see, they also have booster subliminals. Use any subliminals once and get instant results. Literally the most powerful booster made in existence. So if I listen to these before and after my height subliminal, then I'll double my results and get them instantly. Man, the internet's so helpful. Well, here goes nothing. I will be 30 feet tall. 30 feet tall. 30 feet tall. I will become a spectacle of human achievement. Spectacle. I will need custom pants tailored for my very long legs. Custom pants.
When I wake up tomorrow, my body will extend far past my bed frame, through the wall, and into the next room. And when I stand up, I will bang my head on the ceiling. All right, think tall thoughts, tall thoughts. I'm a big old boy. Who's that big old boy over there? Is that Shaquille O'Neal from basketball? No, I think that's Drew Gooden from YouTube. Oh my gosh, the Rovergad guy? Yeah, I heard he's so tall. I heard he's about 5'10". I heard he shrunk when he listened to Subliminals. It's day 23, and I'm running out of time. I've tried everything. I've hung, I've stretched, I've manifested, I've eaten so much protein. I only have one idea left, and it's kind of ridiculous, but the only thing that I can think of that's still getting in my way is gravity. If I can just find a way to get around that, I'm chilling, right? That's my one obstacle. So I did a little bit of brainstorming, and then last night it finally hit me. I'll just go to space. Unfortunately, that did end up being a little bit outside of my budget, so I settled for the next best thing. I ordered an inversion table from Amazon. You see, my thinking is that if I can contort my body so that gravity is working with me rather than against me, then I can harness its power to achieve heights never before seen by man. Also, I saw some guy use it in a YouTube video. So I spent about 2 hours in my garage putting it together. I didn't think it would take that long because I have a drill, but every time I go to use my drill to assemble something, it ends up being the only tool that's not required. Like, you ever get a bookshelf from IKEA? They don't use screws. They give you 200 wooden pegs that are too thick for the holes you have to smash them into. Sorry, downstairs neighbors, I just time traveled here from the Stone Age. Anyway, it was getting kind of hot in my garage, so I headed inside for my government-mandated milk break before marching back out to finish the job. To be honest, I'm a little scared of this thing. I don't expect it to like break in half or something, but I was reading online that you have to be careful not to hang upside down for too long, because what can happen is your blood starts to pool in your head and then you pass out, and then possibly go into cardiac arrest. So, you know, gotta be a little careful. And since I'd rather not die in the middle of making a YouTube video, I'm gonna take it pretty easy. Probably not gonna do more than like 30 seconds at a time, at least not unsupervised, of course. But other than that, I'm just here to have fun. And I know it may look like I'm frowning and giving 2 thumbs down here, but hey, get a load of this. You see that? Life's all about perspective. Well, it looks like I'll be incorporating this into my routine from now on. So wish me luck. All right, everyone, it has been almost a week since I last measured myself, and I've really kicked it into high gear. I've done everything right. I'm feeling very tall, so I am so excited. Let's see where I'm at. Here we go. Holy shit. I'm 6'3"? It actually worked. This is incredible. This is life-changing. I forgot I was standing on a chair. False alarm. Let's try that again. I can't believe it. All those people, they lied to me. I thought I could trust them, but they deceived me. Hi, 911. I'd like to report a lie. You guys don't do that? You just do like murders and stuff? I just don't get it. What would even compel someone to go on the internet and spread false information on a platform where clickbaiting outrageous claims can be financially lucrative? I can't think of a single reason why someone would do that. But I tell you what, this is definitely going to change the way I consume media from now on. Now that I know that some people out there are purposely dishonest, I'm not taking anything at face value. And as soon as the Nigerian prince who emailed me last night is done wiring me my inheritance of $1.6 million, I'm gonna use that money to change the world. I'm gonna take out ads in the newspaper. I'm gonna put up billboards warning everyone to be careful, because some people don't have your best interest in mind. Some people do, like this guy who's about to trim my armor for me and give it back to me in the wilderness, but not everyone can be as kind-hearted as him. So yeah, maybe I started this video with a New Year's resolution of getting 13 inches taller, but after everything I've learned today, I think my new New Year's resolution is to be 13 inches kinder. Thanks for watching, everybody. Walking is so slow. I just wish I could do it faster without putting in any more effort. I know I could run, but I don't want to. Running makes me feel like I'm gonna die. I want to be able to walk at the speed of a run. Is that too much to ask for? When will technology finally catch up to my twisted desires?
It already has. What the hell? Here, watch this video.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Moonwalkers are the world's fastest shoes that allow you to walk at the speed of the run.
This is incredible.
Hey guys, welcome back to the first ever video where I buy something expensive and stupid so I can make fun of it. I've never done something like this before, and you better cherish this moment because I'm never doing it again. Let's take a little trip back to January of this year. Headlines all over CNN, Business Insider, Casey Neistat YouTube video about the AI-powered shoes that make you walk faster. Wow. First AI came for factory jobs, then creative jobs, and now this? Is any industry safe? For years, I've had an entire side hustle where I stand behind people and gently push them to make them walk a little bit faster, and not to brag or anything, but it's been very lucrative for me. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Take out a loan? Well, I'm gonna need to if I wanna buy these shoes because they cost $1,400. In spite of the price though, I saw the vision from the beginning. I took one look at these and thought, this right here is peak stupidity. I'm gonna make a video about this. But like everyone else, I had to wait. They weren't available to the public yet. Back in February, I put down a $50 deposit to hold my place in line, and I must have been one of the first people to do so because that's what they told me in July when they kindly asked for the rest of my money. Now, these shoes have been nothing short of controversial. Arguments made on both sides, such as this big, which is true, but also roller skates does the same thing and without battery, and that's a great point as well. A lot of people are saying it's way too much money to shell out for something that's still essentially a prototype because you don't even know if it's gonna work or not until you get a chance to use them, but Sammy says, I had a dream about these and they work, so put those fears to rest. And of course, this whole situation is reminding me of a pretty ominous quote. Humans are slowly losing their ability to walk. Made famous by Raccoon from Over the Hedge movie. The warning signs were always there, and yet we simply ignored them. Anyway, I already bought these a couple months ago, and I already opened them a couple weeks ago, and here's how that went. So first I had to open a box to get to the box, and then on that box, I noticed a warning label telling me I might die. Does that mean this has already happened? This product is brand new, and someone's already moonwalked to death? I hate to say it, but that's actually really funny. Not to worry though, it says I should be fine as long as I read the instruction. Oh, okay, just gonna toss those. And there they are, the future is here. The future being two extremely heavy shoes that also smell bad. At first I was confused why it came with two charging cables, and then I remembered that's the number of feet people have. These guys thought of everything.
Guess you just got new shoes.
How do they work?
Oh wait, I don't actually know how they work.
What if I put them on and faceplant in front of my wife? Our relationship is rocky enough as it is. I can't afford that kind of embarrassment.
I'll be right back.
So I hopped on the next available bird scooter to the opposite end of the country where I could safely try out the shoes in front of three people whose opinions I couldn't care less about.
Hey guys.
Are those the shoes that make you walk faster? Like you're running instead of walking?
Uh-huh.
Can we try?
Yeah, if you can catch me.
He's too fast.
We're never gonna catch him at this rate.
Oh, he fell.
Oh no, are you okay?
Maybe we should watch the instructional video first.
Yeah, so I haven't watched this yet, but
it was exciting.
Page not found.
Wait, what?
Okay. Continue shopping.
I'll just buy another pair.
Yeah. I'm trying to find whatever the video they would have linked to. Oh, here it is. This has got to be it. How to walk in Moonwalkers. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. That was 20 seconds.
So your first steps in moonwalking is just have your shoes not in run mode or shift mode. So this is the default mode when you turn your shoes on. So they're in lock. So the best thing to start understanding moonwalking is just walk around for a little bit. So what you're gonna wanna do is just walk around in your house, and you're just gonna walk.
We are now halfway through the video, 1 minute to a third of the way through the video, and all he said is you're gonna walk on the shoes.
You're just gonna put them on, then walk.
So as you're walking, just continue to walk naturally.
Oh my God!
As you're walking, just continue to walk.
Okay, that's it.
Do you use both legs?
Yeah, it looks like he's using both.
When does he spend $1,400?
That's when you know you're ready to enter moonwalking mode. Hey guys, this is Abe with Shift.
What the fuck? Don't you don't need to introduce yourself again. Wait. That whole thing was just him walking. The shoes weren't on. He was just, and this is how I walk.
Yeah.
Left, right.
And he
All right.
introduced himself again and the video again.
So before we get started, we'll just go over some basics. When you're walking, you will really want to focus on making sure you go heel to toe, natural walking movement. You don't want to be looking down at the magic of moonwalkers. You want to be looking forward just like you'd normally walk.
It feels like he doesn't know how it works. I think he's stalling.
Yeah. I don't think he knows how regular walking works. It's like, so heel to toe, right, those are on feet, and you want to look forward.
Forward, right, so you can see
with your eyes open.
You shouldn't be using your teeth at all.
Teeth are not part of the equation.
Forward, since there's some power here. What a lot of
He's out.
He's really nervous about introducing the only thing that you're supposed to learn in this video.
I feel bad because like when I get nervous, I get out of breath even if I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
But it is just funny. It's like all he's done is turn the shoes on. It's like,
Once you start walking, the power kicks in. Just keep walking through the power. Just walking normally. Keep walking as you normally would. Heel to toe, looking out towards the horizon.
Is it almost over?
It's almost over.
Oh, he said it was put the shoes on and walk. That's all I said the whole fucking time.
I'm gonna say it. The shoes cost $1,400. There is no excuse for this video being so poorly produced.
yeah, and being hard to find. I searched Moonwalker's tutorial. I had to scroll past
the QR
a Michael Jackson impersonator to get to
Why are we watching that video?
I put it on for a second, but copyright, man.
It's worth noting that the QR code in the instruction booklet did not work.
And then you just come to a nice stop.
What? You just
No way.
When you slow down, you just stop walking?
Wait, so the part when he actually started moonwalking, they stopped showing the shoes. Yeah. Showed his torso. And then it ended.
And the camera moves with him, so the pace looks the same.
We never saw him go fast.
Yeah, the top comment is cool product ... I think. I can only speculate as your cameraman decided not to show.
It's hard for me to let them off because the product is gone to market. So there's no excuse for like having these lapses. It doesn't matter how cool the technology is if you can't communicate it to the people who've already paid.
Man, I'm getting so worried about these shoes, man.
Let's go, boys.
Let's go. This is the next evolution of walking.
Walk at the speed of a crawl.
Is it maybe tapping the power button?
Well, that's all I've done is tap it. I don't know. I actually do need to watch the video again, I think.
So first is just turn your shoes on. We're gonna go through a breathing white light, go to a solid light. So now your shoes are connected.
He just said in the video that it's supposed to, it turns on, it's a flashing white light, and then it gets solid white. And then but it has yet to at any point turn to a solid white.
It's $1,400, and to just find out from the instructional video how to turn them into the right mode, they're like, yeah, and just figure it out. So we currently have one blinking and one off.
Hold it for a second. Now it's white. It's still flashing white.
I'm holding it. Give me a fun imprint to my thumb. Okay, so it is solid white. So if I can hold my thumb while you walk, do you think if you move in it, it'll go solid white?
He wasn't even wearing them in the video, which was why I took them off.
We're as much of an authority on this product as he was.
I don't think anyone actually knows how these work, not even the people who make and sell them.
This was funny for a second, but I just want to fucking use them.
Yeah,
This is so annoying.
Do you think this is just a whole video? I never get them fixed, and then it just ends. Do they need to like be right up close?
Maybe turning them on at the same time while they're close and somebody's weighted on both. I know this sounds, we should not be having to do this for, I'm just trying to shake anything loose.
If I just hold them down, the light's still solid. Yeah.
Okay. But is that solid on there?
Wait, oh my God.
Did it work? Oh my God, you're right.
As long as I always have a friend with me, then I can always turn them on. You go first. I'm not fucking with it now. You strap them in.
I'm scared of these, man.
Yeah, well, you're the chosen one, Eddie.
Okay, this is very weird.
Mm-hmm. But you look very cool.
And you're really tall. I was gonna say, I'm a few inches taller, and that's what I'm feeling more than anything. Okay, well, I'm embarrassed.
Just a little bit of feet footage. Let's just get a shot of those piggies.
So to get to shift mode, put your heel up and then rotate it in.
This, and then bam.
Yeah.
Whoa!
All right.
That's a cool motion. I'm actually terrified.
I know, and you're first.
I know, I'm the guinea pig for this.
Okay, you're going a little faster.
So weird. Oh, he's moving. Whoa.
They're loud too. I like that.
Whoa. I got humbled really quick just walking naturally. They're definitely a little faster than walking.
Okay. He's zooming now.
It kept going for a second.
Okay, what they say too, and this is creepy, but it's like it adapts to your gait.
Okay.
It like figures you
I
out.
want to know my gait.
And then I'll try him. Anyone else first?
Yeah, you make us do it, and then you finally.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not getting on that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking
nice
heavy.
and weighted.
This is what you need on a hot summer day too.
Like off those shoes to turn it on.
Like this.
Whoa. What's that blur?
Did you guys see like a Jarvis-shaped aura just breeze by?
It sounds like a kettle.
I'm gonna walk twice as fast to catch up.
For anyone watching, it's just for the low price of living in your apartment for a month.
For something that's $1,400, too many times we've said, whoa.
I cannot stress enough how much I would rather be on rollerblades. Like something I feel like I can control. The thing I hate the most is that you can like fall forward because they break automatically.
Yeah, they're really hard with the brake.
How do I turn them off?
I
Do I
guess-
click my heels together?
The shoes have to decide if it's time.
Well,
We're not done with you yet.
I feel like I'm strapping in to go skydiving or something. Like every part of my body's telling me intuitively that this is a bad idea.
Yeah, which is a sign of a good product when you enter fight or flight mode every time you put it on.
Yeah, they're heavy.
Come on.
Uh-huh.
It was like carrying luggage.
But with your feet.
Okay, I've learned to walk.
Yeah.
And now I hit him, I serve.
In one swift movement, go up. Yeah, you got it.
Oh no, a small divot in the road.
Oh no.
There's little bits of grapple on the shoe.
Yeah. It's also probably not a good sign that I'm easily keeping up with you.
I'm so much slower. You can't turn either.
Yeah, like try to turn. So, as you may have noticed by now, the sound that these make is fucking insane. They emit a very loud and obvious hissing noise when you even reach a fraction of the max speed. And I think it's really interesting how they've made a couple videos trying to minimize this. In this one, he's like, see, when I talk, decibels are around 70, and when I walk, the decibels are around 70.
So while walking, we're right in conversation range.
The implication being that the noise they make is negligible because it's as loud as talking. The thing with that though is no one is gonna turn their heads to stare at you in public because you're having a quiet conversation, but they might if it sounds like your feet are being boiled. He also says this in another video.
Yes, you can hear the motor. It sounds a lot worse in the videos for some reason.
That's just not true at all. It is much quieter in videos because the audio is compressed. It's extremely noticeable in real life. It is the first thing that all four of us noticed about the shoes when we started using them.
Show us the move. Do the move.
It turned green for a second and it was like, actually, no, you're not the chosen one.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
So what you're gonna wanna do is just walk around in your house. And you're just gonna walk.
I don't know if it shows up on camera, but you can hear Drew's shoes scraping against the pavement, like across the whole park. And I can hear the wheels actually right now too.
Just keep walking through the power. Just walking normally. Keep walking as you normally would. Heel to toe. You're just gonna walk.
There was a couple places where I stumbled. I was doing the same thing the whole time, and all of a sudden it was sort of like, whoa, and then I was like, what? And then I stopped, and then it stopped. Whatever physical toll it's relieving for me is being made up for by the psychological toll it's taking on me, which is that it's very stressful. I was out of breath when I got here. I think it was from like being on edge. So now I feel bad. We made fun of that guy for being out of breath for standing there, but it's just being in the shoes is like psychological torture.
I understand.
I get it now. We decided the only way to truly put these shoes to the test was to do a race around the park. Me and my moonwalkers versus Eddie, just being a regular guy.
All right, no funny stuff. We want a clean race. On go. 3, 2, 1. Go! And they're off.
And this race couldn't be more intense. It was neck and neck almost the entire time.
Wait, why is this race close? I had to sell my car to buy these shoes. Why am I barely beating him?
He's just using regular feet. I have the power of AI on my side. What the hell? Oh well, still won.
By a mile. By a country mile.
By the same length we maintained the entire race.
Yeah.
For you, it was casual. For me, that was extremely labored.
And just like that, it was time to say goodbye to my 3 good friends who I respect and admire and begin my long walk back to Florida.
Oh, they're not even looking. Sorry about that. I had to go to the bathroom.
You were gone for 3 weeks.
Hey, you want to go to the mall?
Okay.
You think this counts as skateboarding? I used them for 5 minutes and my feet hurt now.
I guess society and all of its oppressive rules just aren't ready for this kind of innovation. All right, final thoughts on these things. For one, they do hurt to use. I wasn't joking about that. It hurts your foot when you wear it, and then also when you're done wearing it, it still hurts. I don't think human feet were designed to have something this heavy pulling down on them with every step that you take. I've been sore in parts of my foot where I've never felt pain before. They've invented a new kind of injury. So in that way, they're actually pretty innovative. I'm all for fun new technology. I think it can be really exciting when something weird and new comes along and changes the way we live forever. That's not what this is, but I don't know, maybe a bigger company comes along one day and figures out a way to make these more affordable to the average consumer and also make them weigh less and also make it so they don't sound like a dying robot every time you go faster than 2 miles per hour. It honestly seems like the people who designed this are really talented engineers who have no idea how to market this product. I think they have something on their hands that is very interesting in theory, and it probably hasn't sold as well as they hoped it would, so now they're just kind of throwing everything at the wall hoping something will stick. Their newest ad campaign on YouTube is called Moonwalkers, the ultimate cardio machine, and features a guy going to a track and walking around in the shoes. And it's like, you're gonna burn the same number of calories whether you wear these things or not. Just because you go faster doesn't mean you're expending more energy. If that was the case, I'd burn thousands of calories every time I drove my car. You'd get into an airplane and wither away. The video before this was kind of funny though. This guy sees a girl breeze past him at the zoo and he fantasizes about the amazing day they could have together if he had the shoes too, so he immediately goes on his phone and buys a pair. Or at least I thought he was buying it looks like actually he just read an article about them and then pointed at the photo. I guess he was saying, oh, that's what the fuck she was wearing. I was so confused. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it. The name makes no sense. Why Moonwalkers? They're not anti-gravity shoes. They're more like a reverse treadmill. They also don't make you stylishly walk backwards like the Michael Jackson dance. I just feel like they got so excited to use the word moon in the name that they forgot to design a product with any properties that the moon has. You know, normally when I make videos like this, I end up with a bunch of crap that I never touch ever again, with a few exceptions. But I spent so much money on these that I really want to try to find a way to keep using them. So if you have any ideas on what would be a good use of these shoes, let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button if you absolutely hated it. And if you didn't hate the video, just leave, man.
Hey guy, the rumors are true. I've been a victim of identity theft. Turns out there's some guy going around pretending to be me, and he's older than me, and he's taller than me, and he used to play basketball with LeBron James. You know who I used to play basketball with? No one. Because when I tried out for my 5th grade basketball team, I missed all 10 shots, and they have not gotten back to me yet. Fingers crossed. I've had to deal with the comparisons my entire life. Oh guys, look, Drew Gooden's on the cover of a PS2 game. Wow, that's so cool. What's the other one doing? Oh, he's peeing his pants? Gross. Drew Gooden just got drafted to the NBA, 4th overall. He's gonna make so much money. Are you peeing a different pair of pants? Go to the bathroom. There's a regional chain of quick service Mexican restaurants called Tijuana Flats, and his picture is hanging up in every location. You think I'm trying to look at that every time I go in on a Tuesday to get 2 tacos, chips, and a drink for $5.99? No. I'm trying to get 2 tacos, chips, and a drink for $5.99. I don't need the comparisons right now. I'm hungry, and god damn it, I just peed my pants again. Sorry about that. So, I've actually wanted to make this video for a long time. The 2 most common DMs I get are, bro, I just saw a Roadwork Ahead sign. Did you know they have those in real life? And then the other one is usually screenshots of Google searches where people are looking up like Cody Ko or whoever, and then Google's like, hey, did you also want to look at this guy? You know, the guy from YouTube? And it actually is kind of confusing sometimes because even though I like to think that I can tell us apart, Google uses our information interchangeably. So if you search Drew Gooden height, it's his height. I'm actually about 5'3", but if you search Drew Gooden age, it's my age. But then if you scroll down a bit, when was Drew Gooden born? September 24th, 1981. That's why he's 38, and that's why he's 26. People also search for Danny Gonzalez, 25, Cody Ko, 29, and Danny Gonzalez, 44. One of the biggest disparities between us, besides everything, is net worth, where the other Drew Gooden played in the NBA for 13 seasons and made over $75 million. I didn't. It's almost a little sad for me to Google my own net worth and have it be so many decibels off. Technically, there is one thing we do have in common. Now that he's retired from basketball, he is a part of the Washington Wizards broadcasting team. I know because I snuck a pic of the back of his head when I was at a Magic game this year. Not to brag or anything, but my point is, he does commentary for NBA games. I do commentary on YouTube. I'm just saying, it's pretty crazy. We Are Two Different People Tour Part 2, anyone? Sorry, Danny, you've been replaced. Now, there's two reasons I want to make this video. One is to clear up the confusion. People mention this a lot, and even though they're already on Google when they find it, and they could easily just Google a little bit more and figure it out, I'm just clearing things up for you so you didn't have to type one extra sentence. But the real reason I wanted to make this video is because I have found several articles written about me, and there is nothing funnier to me than reading factual information about myself that is entirely untrue. So one of the weirdest ones is TrendCelebsNow.com. On TrendCelebsNow.com, he is one of the successful YouTube stars. He has ranked on the list of those famous people who were born on October 26, 1993. This one's really funny to me because it lists all these stats about me. Things that, like, I don't know who would be searching for. I don't know who needs this information. Height, not available. Weight, not available. Body measurements, not available. Eye color, unknown. Hair color, unknown. Gee, if only there was somewhere you could go on the internet where you could see what I look like. Estimated net worth in 2019, $21 million. Previous year's net worth, $21 million. Annual salary, under review. I like that it's not just unknown, it's under review, as if they have like a team of researchers working around the clock trying to figure out how much money I made. Does Drew dead or alive? As per our current database, Drew Gooden is still alive. Whew. Is he having any relationship affair? This information is not available. Why is Drew Gooden famous? Drew Gooden became popular for being a successful YouTube star. Once people realized that I was a successful YouTube star, that's when I became a successful YouTube star. There's also Celeb's Life Reel, which has a lot of the same information, but stylistically, I gotta say, I love that the first thing I see on my page is the biggest, grainiest picture of me I've ever seen. Profession, YouTuber, YouTube star. Ethnicity, unknown. If only there was some way to figure out what ethnicity I am. If anyone has access to that information, please let me know. Drew Gooden is an American YouTube star who is best known for uploading pranks, reactions, vlogs, podcasts, and challenge videos to his channel. That's not only funny because most of that isn't true, but also that's like the vaguest description that would cover like 90% of YouTube. Childhood. He has not given any insight into his childhood until now. It seems that he is very focused on his career. I wish that I had the time to share with you guys the details of what it was like for me growing up, but I'm so focused on my career, I can't do it at the moment. One thing that did freak me out though is weight, 72 kilograms. How the fuck did they know that? I had to see how much that was in pounds, but holy shit, that is like exactly right. How did you know that? Where did you measure me? This one I thought was called infamouspeople.com, but I realized I read it wrong. It's infofamouspeople.com. I really wanted to be infamous, too bad. Not a whole lot to see here, but they did integrate a Facebook comment section on the bottom. Let's comment immediately with Drew Gooden. Kathy says, great show tonight. Loved seeing Gail. She's a hoot. Tony says, gorgeous and everything that makes you, you. Tony, you're gonna make me blush. And Todd says, beautiful. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're definitely talking about me. What's interesting about this one though is it looks like you can edit these paragraphs. And I thought, well, who better to edit information about me than me? But then it opens up complaint data where you type in your name and then it says, please take responsibility for what you write, which makes it seem like I'm gonna get in trouble if I put something wrong. But I just filled it out to the best of my knowledge. And nothing happened, so that was a little disappointing. I almost forgot, I was looking at some of these on my phone the other day, and there's another website called allfamous.org. This one's cool because on my profile, it has a button that takes you to a similar YouTube star. So I was really excited to see who it would take me to, maybe Danny, Curtis, Cody. No. It took me to Eve Frank, a 6-year-old girl who is the star of one of her family's most watched videos, Baby climbs out of crib. And that's who allfamous.org thinks I'm most similar to. A little girl. Now, I think I saved the best two for last. This one's just about me, and then you'll see what the other one's about in a second. But this website's called findcelebritywiki.com. They pretty much alternate my pronouns from sentence to sentence. Drew Gooden is an American YouTuber, and he was born on October 26, 1993 in Orlando, United States. Her home city is Orlando, and nationality, American. He was born in her mother's home city in Orlando, United States. Does that mean that I was born in the city that my mother was in when I was born? Because I think that's true for everybody. She is 26 years old. He is currently a professional YouTuber. He is a renowned YouTuber in the United States and another neighboring country, but we won't tell you which one. He is a very efficient American YouTuber. That's right. I've managed to make an entire YouTube channel as just one person. So I'm not even sure what this means. Her body measurements are 42 inch. Does that mean tall, 42-inch tall, or wide? Is that my waist size? I'm not sure. He has dark shading hair and dark black eyes. Then annual/monthly salary. So I either make $50,000 a year or $50,000 a month. Source of income? YouTuber income source. The most supply of cash for Drew Gooden is YouTuber currently. We have a tendency to don't have enough knowledge relating to vehicles, fortnightly/yearly wage, and so on. We're changing presently. Oh, chest size 42 inch. Okay, not waist, chest size. So I may be short and slender, but I'm also very busty. Bicep size, under review. That makes me think they're like watching me with binoculars through my window, trying to catch a glimpse of my biceps. Body shape, not know. Sorry guy, we don't know his body shape. Hobbies, YouTuber. Likes, YouTuber. Dislikes, under review. Well, we know he likes YouTube, and it is one of his hobbies, but we have no idea what he doesn't like, because all we know him from is YouTube. My address, of course, is Orlando, United States. When I buy things online, I just get them shipped to Orlando, United States, and they'll find me eventually. So that website would have been my favorite if it wasn't for this other one. Shout out to @bitchiz on Twitter for sending this to me. This is an article called Look into the Love Life of YouTuber Drew Gooden and his wife, Amanda. This is one of my favorite things I've ever read in my life, but I don't want to read it by myself. I have to do it with, of course, my wife, Amanda. Oh, honey! Oh, there you are. All right, you ready to look into our love life?
Nah.
Come on, get excited.
Nah.
Okay, there we go.
E-celebrity mirror.
It'll be like looking into a mirror.
An e-celebrity mirror.
An e-celebrity mirror, of course. I like the way it starts. Drew joined the YouTube community on August 21st, 2015, and since has become a YouTube sensation with over 2 million people subscribed to his channel. Speaking of his love life...
It's the same thing.
The same thing. I do love my YouTube channel. We all know how funny Drew as a commentator is, but how much of us actually know him personally? Today, let's get to know his love life.
How Drew met his better half. I'm your better half.
Uh-huh. The other half is 5'8" and has a 42-inch chest size.
Oh, and I'm the better half.
And you're my much better half. When you are in the show business, things are bound to happen. I mean, yeah, that's true of anything. Things are bound to happen.
In any business, really.
A similar case happened to Drew when a girl commented on one of his vines. And who was that girl?
Mariah Carey?
Mariah Carey? She said, bad vine, delete your account. She commented that Drew looked so cute in his vines, and that was the starting point of something great. Something extraordinary. Soon, Drew and his future beau started chatting, and in an instant, made a connection. After a while, they decided it's time they should meet, and so they did.
How did they know that?
Nearly 3 months after meeting one another, Drew proposed to his wife. No, it was a year. Well, yeah, it was over a year.
Yeah, we were together for a year before we got engaged. It was not 3 months that we got engaged.
Yeah, I was wondering where they got that from. I guess they're referencing this tweet where I say April, so they assume it was April.
Yeah.
We met each other, did long distance for 3 months, and then got engaged.
I think they're just going off of dates when we posted things.
Right. They're trying their best. It's just funny.
Now they're living a comfortable life.
Enjoying each other's company. Little do they know, we can't stand each other.
But we're quarantined, so we can't go anywhere.
There is not one bit of a doubt that Drew Gooden's wife is gorgeous.
Is there any doubt?
Not one bit of a doubt. Drew himself has admitted that he is fortunate.
What about me? Why is there nothing about my feelings?
Because our relationship is from my point of view and my point of view only. He cherishes every moment he spends with her.
Did you write this?
I sure did. We've never fought. We've never gotten annoyed. Certainly not during quarantine when we're with each other 27 hours a day.
Drew and Amanda
sharing a moment together.
No, that was just me being like, here, look, fake laugh.
Yeah, this was a very posed picture, as all of our wedding photos were. You
And
kind
we
of
were-
have to stop and like, we're having a great time. Not only that, his incredibly talented partner has been featured numerous times on his YouTube channel.
Incredibly talented?
Mm-hmm. He says that it's extremely easy to make vines with such a talented actress, while referring to his wife. You guys want to see what what they're referring to?
Babe, come on. Come on.
Yeah, that was very
Babe.
much sarcastic.
Babe, come on.
Drew and his beau have come so far from being complete strangers to one another to become the best of friends to a married couple.
You could say that about anyone.
Literally every couple in the world at one point was complete
Was
strangers.
strangers.
How is their relationship? To fans of Drew, it must come as no surprise that he and his better half are quite a lovely couple. They spend time together enjoying a little walk or just chilling all by themselves.
How do they know us?
How do they know we chill by ourselves?
And go on little walks.
Just a little walk. The pair also have traveled to different locations, mostly romantic ones, where they are seen sharing a kiss or two.
Who's watching us?
Whether it's something fun or something boring, Drew Gooden's wife, Amanda, is always ready to back her beloved husband up.
Wait, I'm ready to back you up.
Yeah. When I get into a fight, you're ready to like,
Hey,
don't worry,
that's
babe.
my husband. Furthermore, many fans want the loving couple to have kids of their own soon.
Do they?
Well, I have an announcement. It's not going to be for a few more years.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while. So that was fun. That was pretty much it. Anything you have to say to the fans out there who demand more of you in every video?
Follow me on Amanda is Gooden.
Oh yeah, she made a new Instagram. Amanda Gooden.
I'm part of the Gooden family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're finally
Good.
married. You want to go ahead and leave people with your famous catchphrase?
Babe, come on. Come on.
Well, we've gotten to look at a lot of interesting websites today. How about we learn how to make our own? Hi. Are you suddenly craving a hot dog? It might be because you know exactly what I'm about to say. Yeah, this is the most my brain can come up with. That being said, I suddenly have this overwhelming urge to rotate my chair. That's better. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up here because it is so dark outside and it's only 3 p.m. But that's what summer is like in Orlando, United States. Thanks everybody for watching my video. If you ever find a weird website like this written about me, an article or some biography or whatever, send it to me. I love reading these. This was a really fun video to make. But until then, I must bid you adieu and turn off my camera. All right.